It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, here we go. Rando Tuesday style. Rothman and Ice. Matty Ice to my right.
Yep.
No rhyme or reason behind that glass. I'm Anthony Rothman. We are with you for the next 3 hours, hopefully. Get in the raft. We'll take you down the lazy river. We got Dave Biddle talking Buckeyes at 12:30. Max Chadwick, our buddy from PFF, the analyst himself, at 1:30. And perhaps an engaging, riveting poll that I will put out here in a couple moments that was supposed to be teased by my boy Ryan Baker, but instead he felt it necessary to put out very pertinent information that he should maybe sometime stray down to Cincinnati to see some tennis, or that he has another meeting to attend. That took precedence over the teasing of our show.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on that, Matty Ice?
That's a dropping of the ball by one of our teammates for sure. We're throwing a flag on Bake Show. We love Bake Show to death, but yeah, he could have showed us a little bit more love. That's all we're looking for. We don't ask for much around here. We really don't. We stay in our lane. We do our show from noon to 3. We don't bother anybody. We really don't. Bake Show, you owe us one, big dog. We love you, but you owe us one.
You start running a respectable business over there from 9 to noon, and I don't have to come over there and hassle you no more.
Man. Yeah. We got to get that right. He'll take care of us, but yeah, he definitely.
That other stuff was so important.
He is he and Scotty are homies, and he likes to go down to the Natty for Reds games and other things.
Maybe I should stray over to the tennis one of these times.
Maybe both you guys can go. You're a tennis guy, too.
I might go.
Yeah, get on down there,
sounds like Scotty's already there, so.
You don't run there, big dog.
I may just go. Just stroll down there by myself. Why not? You know what?
I've done a lot of things by myself. A lot of things as far as going to movies, going to restaurants to eat by myself.
Have you really?
Yeah, I'm that guy. But what I won't do is if I go to a restaurant by myself, I will not take up a booth or a table. I won't be that guy.
You'll sit at the bar?
I'll go to the bar and eat and drink there. I've seen people do that.
You would do anything for love, but you won't do that.
That is a party foul. You cannot go to a restaurant solo dolo and take up an entire booth by yourself. To me, that's a no-no.
A booth or a table?
But either one.
Huh. I mean, you're entitled. You're a paying customer.
You are. But there's kind of
what if there's no
rules.
Bar? What if there's no counter?
Well, that's a whole nother discussion there. But if there is a bar, then I think you have to sit there at the bar by yourself. It's one of those unwritten rules, I think.
I don't think I'm doing anything that way unless it's fast casual. I'm probably, which I've done many times. But I don't think I'm going to a restaurant. I'm not going to a place where I'm being served most likely.
Okay.
And taking up a table.
Oh,
so you're probably right. The bar is the place to be if there is one. Or you just choose another place. But so you're saying you do this fairly often.
I do this very, I think that's a great way to describe it, fairly often. Like I'll go to an Olive Garden, get my salad and breadsticks on at the bar.
You're not eating breadsticks.
At the bar, absolutely. Like if I'm going to Olive Garden,
unlimited.
You got to eat now. I won't be unlimited. It won't
What's
be
your over-under on half a breadstick?
Yeah, I'm not Mr. Unlimited
0.5
at Olive Garden like Russell Wilson, but I would probably go 1.5.
It still is an endless situation there.
They'll take care of you with that. And
what does that cost?
I don't know how much that costs anymore.
You can just do the salad and the.
I think you can.
The free breadsticks. Just keep them coming.
Yeah, I think you can. I used to, as a kid, I used to love getting like chicken Alfredo, and then taking that breadstick and dipping it in that
of Alfredo Garcia
and dipping it in that Alfredo sauce. Sneaky win. It's big back activity.
The Italian dressing's pretty banging too.
That it is. It is, and you can purchase the Olive Garden dressing at the store, which I have done too.
Well, it sounds like you two just danced your way into an endorsement of some kind.
Let's get on over there and get some chicken parm. Rhyme time. You
guys could tout it as all this stuff, and you get to eat alone. It's going to be a great time. You, the food, and your phone.
That's
done.
No, Maddie and I can go together and we'll just sit there and talk ball.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk ball.
Well, then now you're allowed to take up a booth, he said.
Uh-huh. Two of us. We can do
booth
that.
or table? What do you prefer?
I'm a booth guy. The cushiony seats and everything.
You like to get jammed in the inner half there, or do you want to be on the outside? Like an aisle on a plane.
I don't mind it, but I feel like I need to be on the outside.
Let me ask you guys this. How do you feel about couples sitting on the same side of the booth together?
I've only done that probably once or twice in my lifetime.
Was that comfortable for you?
I can't quite remember what the reasoning was, except I am kind of the guy that prefers not the back to the restaurant.
Oh.
It's a little bit of the kind of the ADD thing going here. Yeah. Like if I just got to stare into your eyes and that wall behind you for an hour and a half gets a little weird. I like to have or it's kind of like an Al Capone or something like that. Sit me in the corner facing the restaurant, nobody behind me. But I've done it, and I think that was maybe the motivation was to face the room.
Got you.
But it was not. I don't think it was anything weird. It just was.
I've never enjoyed it. I need a little elbow room, right? Like when I'm digging in, I don't need your crumbs coming over to my side. None of that. Let's sit across from each other, have some good conversation.
My brother and I could
good eye contact.
Yeah, we could never go with my dad. If he took us out to dinner, we'd have to sit. Since my dad and I are both righties and my brother's a lefty,
okay,
I could not sit on the same side as my brother if I was on his left.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Bad news.
Makes sense.
But I don't. Same side of the booth.
No, my wife does like to do that, but I'm not a big. I like to sit across, look at her. I don't want to turn my head to talk.
That's too much.
Yeah,
we're doing too much. But do you bend the knee when she asked to sit next to you? Of course you do. Good man.
You got an instant out there that it does limit the talking, maybe, if you prefer that. All right, so we didn't do this yesterday. Yeah. Got a lot to do today. I tend to say this to you all the time where I get in here and it's like I got to get 3 hours of show in the first 12 minutes. I'm not going to do that anymore. It just feels up tempo. We're not scripting the plays here. We don't have to run a 2-minute offense. Sometimes I feel like we do because we want to get to like the meat of what we're doing today. But a couple of days ago over the weekend, Rhymes is filling in for TLC, the loose cannon. So I've affectionately termed him. The loose cannon went to Milwaukee on vacation to see his brother and some family and maybe bail some people out with the floods. And so I don't know. I don't think he attended a baseball game. I'm not positive if he did.
No, he did.
He didn't go to this specific game?
He went to a Brewers game.
But not this?
No, not this specific game.
The game that you're referencing was in St. Louis.
Okay.
Which is his old stomping grounds.
Okay, right. So this was brought to my attention a couple of days ago. I see a tweet from TLC. And I wasn't sure whether or not he's now, by the way, it's been so popular, he's leveled it up. He's now pinning this tweet at the top of his Twitter line. Like you don't have to search to find it anymore, right?
It's on brand.
He's gonna spoon serve you. So Fox Sports MLB tweeted out a picture of a 13-year-old kid in the stands, probably the upper deck or wherever he was. Where we see people in the middle of innings.
I actually think he's a lot lower than that.
Is he lower?
I think he's right behind home plate.
Even better.
Just because the netting's there. So I think he's down there in the lower level.
Or he walked down there. Who knows whether his seat.
But he's down low, pretty low.
So the MLB tweeted this out, and they put a 37-second video with it of a kid in full umpire uni, home plate ump, mask, probably a chest protector, unless he's just built like a fire hydrant. He's got the hat on. He does look like he's got some beef to him. Like he played the part.
It kind of looks like a young Brandon Beam to me.
Yeah.
Shout out to Beamer.
Maybe it is. Maybe Brandon has another boy somewhere that's now 13 that he didn't know about it.
Sorry, Beamer. I'm not trying to get you into trouble.
He drops one kid off of daycare. This kid's fine on his own. He's 13.
So there's no parents around in this.
That's right. So he's a 13-year-old kid.
Oh, man.
And his name is Bradley. And Bradley wears full uni to the game. I don't know if he goes to every game, but he did the Cubs and Cards. and he's got the belt and the pants and the hat and he's got the moves down.
He's official, man.
And he's he's calling balls and strikes or home runs or whatever. Take first base.
Yeah.
And it's in the way he puts the mask on and point, here we go. Hold up pitch here, kind of mad. He doesn't want to, all right, here we go. And he's mimicking the ump, and he's doing a fine job. And that's what Fox Sports wrote. The 13-year-old aspiring umpire, Bradley, is doing a great job out there tonight at Cubs-Cardinals, and with a little clap emoji. And that was it. And the video is of a home run, and you see little 13-year-old Bradley doing the circle the bases. That's gone, right? Matt Shaw, home run. Here we go. And Cole, our producer, the loose cannon himself, Baby Chet, wrote this in his quote tweet. This kid is a nuisance to everyone in his section, and everybody knows it. His parents are oblivious. Now, I saw that. I'm like, okay, this is on brand for him. Find a way to spin that thing negatively, and this is get some people talking. Stir it up. What's your controversy today? Here we got one.
That phrase still haunts you to this day.
It really does. I had. By the way, and you guys will like this, my old news director at Channel 6 years and years ago would come in every day and challenge us and say, what's your controversy today? And we'd be like, what do you mean? We're going to just make one up? Yeah. And guess who? His name was Bill Berra, a relative of Yogi Berra.
That's incredible.
No joke. So, anyway, he tweets this out. Now, you guys can pick up the story, and we'll come back with the results.
Because there are some results, to say the least.
I didn't think this was going to be a big deal. Apparently, it's one of... If you ask the question, who broke the internet, Shedeur Sanders or TLC, the answer may be TLC this weekend. We'll tell you how many views... Now, are the views the video or the views his tweet with the video?
His tweet.
That has the video attached to it?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's gotten such play that he moved it up the timeline and tacked it in there and pinned it. So we'll give you those results next. And, Maddie, I have a poll for you to vote in and everybody else.
I'm here for it.
And it's going to be about this Buckeye season. You'll hear that next. We're off and running. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. So my teenage son just went out in sweatpants and a hoodie. It's 98 degrees. At least I know he'll be cool in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Get too hot?
Hey, my phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Keep your summer fun going in the best-selling Toyota Tacoma. Now through September 2nd, get 1.99 APR financing plus $500 APR cash on all remaining new 24 gas-powered Tacomas. And while supplies last, you can lease a new 24 Tacoma SR5 double cab 4x4 for just $219 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Got a less than stellar auto loan? It's time to switch and save with CME. CME wants to beat your current rate by 1.5% APR. Plus, you won't make a single payment for 90 days. That's 3 whole months with no car payment and a better rate for the long haul. It's fast, easy, and smart. Refinance with CME today. Terms and conditions apply. Minimum floor rate of 4.99% APR. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit cmefcu.org for additional details.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Juice box. I'm a mom.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check. Oh, hot sauce. Take it.
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins, a balloon. Wait one sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, due line, $100 per month on Experience Beyond. Finance agreement $829.99 and qualifying porting. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay out via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
This promo is for anyone who likes baseball or America or Terry Francona's scooter. The Reds are on the Fan. Catch all 162 games here on the Fan and 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fan's HD2. Your home for Reds baseball, the Fan.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A hot and humid day ahead for us. Don't forget the water and the sunscreen. We will see some increasing clouds and some stray showers and storms are possible. Otherwise expected to be mostly to partly sunny with highs in the low 90s. For tonight, we'll see lows in the 70s with chances of showers and thunderstorms overnight into the early morning on Wednesday. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Miss a minute of Rothman and Ice? Check out the podcast.
Type in Rothman and Ice wherever you get your podcasts. Download and subscribe.
Back to Rothman and Ice.
All right, with my main man, Matty Ice. Rhyme time at the controls. TLC breaking the internet.
Before we get back to that, Mama Hayes has officially weighed in on the conversation about sitting at a table or booth alone if you go to a restaurant. I said I never do that. I feel like I'm that guy. If I were to do that, Mama Hayes has weighed in, AR, and said this: I'm sitting in a booth. I'm not sitting at a bar alone. So, Mama Hayes, you're a queen. You're a boss. I'm not messing with her. She does what she wants to do, and I don't think anybody would tell her that she can't do it. So I respect her taking this stance. Love you, Mama Hayes.
100%. That's a strong woman.
Yes, she is.
Who doesn't care
she really
if people think anything. And also, I think that was always it. It was, did you feel weird about, did it look like you're waiting for somebody or eating alone? Is that lonely? You know,
that's a tough spot too.
But that's the way it used to be, I think. Pre-phone. The phone is the partner.
It really is. I've been there, AR, like when I was dating and it was like, okay, like, oh, like she's not here. And it's, I've been here for 30 minutes. And then you start to feel like
30 minutes.
Are people really looking at me? And it's like, yeah, they probably
they're
are.
Serving a meal.
They probably
when
are.
You're eating alone.
Yeah, I probably waited a little too long, too. 30 minutes is, that's a real grace period right there. But I stuck it out.
Used to be able to get a pizza from Domino's 30 minutes or
Used
less.
to. Now
you can't even get a date. All right, so let's finish this TLC deal.
Yeah.
So you guys help me out here. So he tweeted this out that he thought this kid was a nuisance, and he basically took a 13-year-old kid and just ripped his dreams to shreds.
Yeah, he bodied him.
So initially, I was like, when I first saw this and I didn't even read what he wrote, I was like, oh, that's all right. It's kind of cute, whatever. Maybe he's a herald for this. Maybe 13, maybe just borderline where it's,
8th grade,
a little
right
much.
there. Yeah.
I thought maybe if that's like more of a 10-year-old kid, it's more of acceptable. So I was looking at an age limit almost. And then I'm like, you don't see that every day. It's not the worst thing ever. And then I would ask the question, and Cole wouldn't know this, is the kid calling a 9-inning game in the stands?
I believe he was.
Okay.
And for 2, I don't know if it was a whole series, but I think it was for sure 2 games.
Okay.
All right.
Here's the thing.
You don't think the people in his section actually find him
No, because
kind of fun
I wouldn't. I'm with Cole until he got to the part about the kids' parents. I try to stay in my lane. I'm not a parent, so I try not to comment on parenting. But his first sentence with him being a nuisance to everyone in the section, that would be me. Like if I was sitting there and this kid was right there for the entire game doing what he's doing, I would be annoyed personally. So I agree with him on that. I'm staying away from his parents because I have no idea what that is like. But I would be one of those people like, man, sit down, go eat a hot dog, do something but what you're doing right now. That's me. How would you feel?
It's not blocking your view.
It's not that, but it's also like when you go to a game, AR, and there's the guy that's a row in front of you or in the same row that's just the instigator, or he's a home fan and he's trying to get chants going throughout the game for the whole game. Like that person is like, get out of my face. I don't like being at games around those people. So it's not an age thing for me.
Mm-hmm. I view this as you'd have to really experience it to really know. It's a tough thing to judge on the internet. For me, it would be. I'd have to be sitting there and going, okay, enough's enough. We've seen your balls and strikes call. We get it. But I also feel like I like that this kid has the confidence to do it at 13. I don't think a lot of kids would. And I would lean that way. I think we have enough, as you say, jerks, hecklers, drunks, idiots, guys getting up all the time, got to go get more food, pass my beer and hot dog. We have enough of that.
I saw a dude the other day, AR, in a Tom Brady jersey at the Eagles game. I don't know if Patriots and Eagles even played each other in the preseason, but he was there just instigating with the Brady jersey on, literally flipping people off in Philly. And I looked at that dude and I'm like, do you know where you are and you're by yourself? You're trying to get curb stomped.
It's like me wearing a Carolina jersey to Cameron Indoor Stadium when they're playing Virginia.
And you're flicking the fans off while you're doing it. Like, so to your point, AR, people are they're wild at some of these
Just saying, like, the fact that this did go viral, so I want to give you that. Let's give TLC his due, whatever that is.
13 million views.
13 million views, 103,000 likes, 2,000 retweets. But even more importantly, because it's easy to do that, he's got 1,000 comments. I haven't read a lot of them. Have you guys kind of weighed in and done a poll here on like who's winning this battle?
Well, there's one comment that I've seen, and it's a guy that we know well, and his name is Adam King. And the tweet reads, or the reply reads, for those that are frustrated in the replies, I get it. There is a reason he is an intern. Cole replies, things went south. It's good banter.
Good inside Rothman and Ice joke.
What are you, an intern?
Yeah.
If you know type of stuff.
So then he, about 18 hours ago, he writes that he's calling into that show in St. Louis, Hot Take Central. So he's cheating on us while he's on vacation. He's not calling into our show. He's calling in, well, it did take place in St. Louis. He's calling in tomorrow to discuss the recent teenage behavior inside of Busch Stadium. He's acting like some sort of like gangs broke into the stadium and are just taking over. It's one 13-year-old in a Halloween costume that's calling a game.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is the station he's calling into is his old radio station where he used to work, where he knows some of those people. Another reply in there is, bet you're a blast at parties. Cole replies, if there's karaoke, absolutely. Another kid says, person says, equivalent to a kid throwing the football onto the golf course at Rodgers. I don't remember that. Do you remember that? Mm-mm. Somebody throwing a football at Aaron Rodgers? I don't know, but there's some back and forth in here. Mm-hmm. Somebody says, I think it's great that a kid has dreams of being an MLB umpire. Cole says, I do too. No sarcasm. That's not the dilemma. So,
well, but he called him a nuisance.
He did.
So that is kind of erring on the side of I don't care about his dreams. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to pick a side. If we're drawing a line, he took the other side. Like if he was sitting in that section, he didn't care about his dreams or his confidence or whatever he wants to be. Yeah. He's like, get out of here.
I think I'm siding with Maddie on if I were at the game and if this were happening in the section with me, I wouldn't really enjoy it unless this kid had a very animated strikeout 3 call and he was just like all like arms everywhere making big noises.
That to me makes it worse.
That would have been cool at first. At first, it would have been like, okay, this guy might have game. Mm-hmm. This kid might have some game.
This is what you may not want. You're a season ticket holder. It's a section. If this kid is a season ticket holder, his parents are, and he's doing 81 nights, whatever he's doing.
Security. Get this kid out of here.
If he's doing 81 nights.
Yeah, get him out.
And I'm a season ticket holder. Now, I think you could almost become, that section probably becomes its own family. They know the kid. Like,
no, you're being too nice, AR. Yeah, I think you're being way too nice.
Like I said, I think you'd have to experience it to really think of, is it that annoying compared to everything else that's going on? It seems like if he didn't, I'll put it this way. If Cole didn't write what he did, I think I would have just scrolled right past it and said, oh, okay, that's kind of fun. All right. I've seen crazy stuff on the, it's not that wild to me. It's seemed okay. But he really took the hammer to him.
Well, that's TLC
and the parents,
and the parents,
the parents who left him at the game and said, "Have a good time."
I used to do that though. I used to go to Clipper games by myself. That was a good time.
Snagglepuss said, the ironic part is, in my opinion, is that TLC is kind of the Twitter version of that little kid. Oh my, a nuisance in a way. All right, so we can discuss that throughout the show. All right, here's the poll question. You ready?
I'm here. I'm ready.
All right. So I was thinking about this before the show about, we're not going to debate the quarterback battle again. I mean, we will with Biddle a little bit here in a couple minutes. But so I was going to tweet out, and you have to choose one. This isn't a both thing. This isn't, to me, what I'm trying to get to in a way. Will Buckeye Nation, would you sign up for the exact season last year? That's really it. So, but the choices in the poll would be more of a headline. What is this Buckeye season more about to you? And the choices would be repeating as champs. That is what this season is about. It rarely happens. Ryan Day has the chance to win more than Hayes, more than Meyer, more than Tress. This is his chance, and here we go. Or choice 2 is ending the streak to that team up north. Like, it's got to be one in your mind. You have the natty in your back pocket. Is this season more about repeating or ending the streak? And I've talked to a couple friends of mine, and one told me, he goes, wow, it feels so unnatural to choose ending the streak. Unnatural to not pick repeating. Like, it feels very unnatural. And as a diehard, he said, it's a thing now. We got to end it. He goes, that's how he put it to me. He goes, it became a thing. And so the 4 in a row. And so he was voting. He will vote, when I put it out, he will vote ending the streak.
Yeah.
And it's not that you wouldn't want to win another one. And it's not that the criteria has changed. It's always last team standing. But now that it's become a thing and it's a true streak, and I'm going to say this to you, and you guys answer this honestly. If our guy Ryan Day is voting privately, he's taking choice 2. Is he not?
That's another great question.
Would he be, if he privately voted?
You go back to back, which is so rare to do. I mean,
it'd be
going back to 1936 when all the modern era stuff kicked in.
It's different though, expanded playoff, all that.
Well, I was just gonna say, there's only been 7 programs that have gone back to back.
Trust me,
in the history of this thing. So that's difficult. But getting back to your question about what he would want, man, you win 2 national championships. Right. That's rare air.
I know.
However,
it's a big thing on our show. However,
God, that Michigan thing is just so darn important.
You don't have to vote. I haven't even put the poll out yet, so you don't even have to officially lock in.
I think your initial poll, AR, I think the Michigan game will be a runaway in percentages. I think a lot of people will vote that way. I don't feel that.
But do you see where I'm going with it?
Yeah.
You'd be signing up for the same season in a way. Last season was so special in the run, the way it happened, how it happened, who you beat. But imagine that you're celebrating another one in the same exact fashion.
To me, that's what it's all about.
It usually
it's winning it.
That's why he said it feels unnatural. We'll ask Mr. Natural himself, Dave Biddle, in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement, or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate, or go to bathsrus.com, 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Always as tender as a well-done steak. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, our guy Dave Biddle does it all. The all-everything bids. Always ready for us. Editor of Bucknuts, 24/7 Sports. Covers Ohio State. Hosts On the Money. And he is with us now on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. My friend, how you feeling?
Anthony, your Venmo is on the way for that nice introduction. You lied a lot, so you're going to get paid a little extra.
Well, I excel in many things. One is stretching the truth, so we're good to go. All right, this is a knee-jerk reaction. Don't think about it too much.
Okay.
You get two choices. What is this Buckeye season more about to you? Repeating as champs or ending the streak to Michigan?
Well, I mean, you would definitely take the national title over beating Michigan. We learned that last year. But, like, when I look at this year, I keep saying, like, a successful season to me just boils down, especially coming off the national title. It's so hard to repeat. It's why Ohio State's never repeated, ever. Obviously you would take the national championship over a win over Michigan. But this year, to me, is about beating Michigan and making the CFP. That constitutes a successful season. Anything on top of that would be gravy. Because it wouldn't just be like you're 7-4 and then you beat Michigan and miss the CFP. I'm talking about you have a good regular season, then you beat Michigan, then you make the CFP, see where the chips fall. Listen, man, I know, like, I get it, man. 0-4, I get it. I get it more than anybody. But if you said it one or the other, they're going to go 0-5 the last 5 years against Michigan, or they're going to go back-to-back. Give me back-to-back natties.
Yeah, I'm with you, Bids. No doubt about that. One thing I couldn't wait to ask you about is the Austin Seerveld situation down there on the offensive line and how you're reading that right now. Because I brought it up yesterday, Bids. I don't know if that's, hey, this dude has just been playing so well in the offseason that we want to put him at a premier position at left tackle and he can handle it. Or is it guys we have in-house, guys that we brought in via the portal aren't necessarily showing us what we need to see right now? Like, hit me with how I should be reading the Austin Seerveld left tackle situation.
Yeah, it's probably one of my bigger surprises through camp. I knew Ryan Day was going to, play it coy with the quarterback battle. Wasn't going to make any grand proclamations, and why would he? I'm sure he knows who his quarterback is. I mean, and I think it will be Julian Sand. I know I'm not breaking news there, but yeah, Sarahveld, they loved him. It was interesting in spring, Maddie. They said, and Sarahveld was a huge part of the national championship team. He didn't even technically start in the national championship game, but he was the one coming in playing both left guard and right guard, where Luke Montgomery played left guard, started there. Tegra played right guard, started there. Those guys would come off, and Austin would come in. Here's what was interesting to me. He was named an Iron Buckeye in the winter, and then we're talking to Ryan Day in the spring about Austin Sarahveld, and he said, we don't know where Austin Sarahveld's going to start on the offensive line, but we know Austin Sarahveld will be a starting offensive lineman. I thought that would be right tackle, and Ethan Oniano was locked in at left tackle. And Maddie and Anthony, it'd be different if Ethan just got here in June and everybody just assumed he was going to be the left tackle. It's like he got here in January and went through spring ball. So I don't know. Maybe he didn't have the summer they expected. Maybe Philip Daniels has taken a leap. Because it sounds like right now, if I had to put money on it, not that I would ever bet on sports, I would say Philip Daniels will be the starting right tackle, and Ethan Oniano will come off the bench as like a guy that can play left tackle, right tackle, can play guard. They're repping him at guard, even though he just played right tackle his first 2 years as a starter at Rice and then played left tackle last year. He's never played guard, but they think he can. Sounds like Ethan Oniano and Tyler Bowen, who we just talked to, stopped short of saying that. It sounds like Ethan Oniano might be more of a sixth man. And, Maddie, to answer your question, I did not expect that.
Dave, Ryan Day's been very good at giving both guys a lot of praise, Lincoln Keenholz and Julian Sand. He's called it close. Has he given you a lean at all on who may be leading going to what this final week might be for his decision-making?
Yes. I think he let it slip. Like when he said, talking about Julian, he's been so careful not to let anything slip, right? And he said, Julian's release and delivery reminds me of Dwayne Haskins. Oh, so he reminds you of the best single-season passing quarterback in Ohio State history? That'd be a good backup, wouldn't it? I don't think he was talking about his backup quarterback there, gents. You know, and furthermore, I know that could have been one thing. Maybe you misspoke. I get that. But you add it all up. Okay, we all say game knows game, right? And even Ryan Day's talked about this. The locker room knew last year at this time that Will was the guy, Will Howard. Well, what are people saying about Julian Sand? Jeremiah Smith gushed about him in a piece in The Athletic a month or two ago when Jeremiah was down in his hometown near Miami, and they interviewed him. All the guys at the combine said Julian was the guy. All said Lincoln could get the job done. Lincoln's having a good camp. This is nothing against Lincoln. It's just you add it all up with what Coach Day said, comparing him to Dwayne Haskins, and not comparing him like as a T to Dwayne Haskins, but just that special quick release and the delivery. And then what all the veteran players like Emeka Egbuka, Will Howard, Denzel Burke, Jordan Hancock, what they were all saying about Donovan Jackson, what they were saying about Julian Sand at the combine, like, yeah, he's going to be the guy. We're going to be in good hands despite losing Will. That speaks volumes to me when all of the players are saying the same thing about Julian.
Last year's running back duo, as you know, Bids, was just so dominant. And Trayvion's already, making really good impressions in New England with how he started the preseason. But just bringing it back to that running back room that Coach Locke has over there this year. Is there a leader emerging in that room? Is this another year where you're looking at maybe 2-3 guys that are going to be impactful? Hit us with an update on the running backs and how they're progressing right now.
Yeah, James Peoples, in my estimation, will be the starter, but C.J. Donaldson, the transfer from West Virginia, will play a lot. And C.J. Donaldson brings like a veteran presence to an otherwise very green room. I mean, James Peoples, I think, would have been ready to roll last year. In fact, he was ready as the number 3 tailback. It's just not only were Quinshawn and Trey really good, they stayed healthy all year. So I think James Peoples is going to have a good year as the starter. I'm curious if it's going to be a lot like last year where it's really 1A, 1B, really 1A, 1A, where you almost split carries evenly. I tend to think James Peoples might have a little bit more of a load than C.J. Donaldson, and then both those guys are going to play a lot, Maddie. And then I think Bo Jackson's going to play a decent amount as that number 3 tailback. It might depend on the health of James Peoples and C.J. Donaldson, like it did with James Peoples himself last year. He probably expected to play more, but I do think Bo Jackson, one way or the other, through injuries or just him looking really good, I think Bo Jackson's going to have a bigger role than James Peoples did last year. They've got some good depth at running back, despite losing the best tandem at running back that I've seen during my time watching Ohio State football. I missed Archie and Pete. My time watching Ohio State football, we've seen a lot of good tandems at running back. I really think Q and Trey were the best, but man, they're in good hands, and I love Coach Laughlin. I know you guys are probably been playing clips of him the last couple of weeks. Coach Laughlin is just awesome, and he gets the most out of his guys. So if you're a Buckeye fan out there, despite losing 2 studs like that, 2 early second-round picks, the Buckeyes seem to be in very good hands at the running back position.
Do you feel this will be typical in our final minute here, Bid? Do you think this will be typical that one side of the ball, like defense, would be ahead of offense to start the year or vice versa? Where do you stand on that?
I don't, because when I've been out there, we haven't seen that much of practice. We saw like some team drills 11 on 11 where the defense for a couple periods, again, very small sample size. If anything, defense looked better than the offense, but defense replacing 8 starters, offense has a little bit more back. I think it's going to be kind of equal. I think there's going to be ups and downs on both sides of the ball. I do think Matt Patricia was a Grand Slam hire. We'll find out. A lot of people are skeptical. I get it. One of the great things about sports, right, guys? We're going to find out eventually who's right and who's wrong. But, yeah, I think it'll be relatively equal if I had to guess, Anthony.
Well done, my man. We'll be seeing each other soon. Thanks for jumping on.
Sounds good. Appreciate you guys.
Yep, one and only Dave Biddle. He was with us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fangus Hotline.
Fellas, let me take a minute to talk to you about my family over at the Columbus Men's Clinic. If you're at that point in your life to where you just, hey, my energy's zapped, I don't have it the way that I used to, get on over to the Columbus Men's Clinic because you don't have to feel tired or sluggish anymore. They have personalized treatment plans, medical provider tailors solutions specifically to your body and goals. Beyond just testosterone, ED treatments and other options many men don't even know exist. They have all of this available for you at the Columbus Men's Clinic, and it's affordable and accessible. You'll get consultation, including blood work. That's just $99 with results before you leave the building. So get on this deal right now. It's tremendous. They will have you feeling better in no time. You only get one life. Take care of yourself, guys. Please do it right away. Call 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Again, that's 614-300-7400 or, again, visit columbusmensclinic.com.
All right, Maddie, TLC wants to take the witness stand.
Uh-oh.
Wherever he is, just texting with him. He's going to call in next. And we'll get this whole viral experiment out of the way and find out exactly whether he's digging in or backing up. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
We're known for 3 things: games, conversation, and common man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Hi, welcome to IKEA. Hi, I'm in a whirlwind of college prep. Gotcha. We've got affordable solutions to create the perfect college living space. Great. And visit our website to see how verified college students with an IKEA family account can receive a one-time use 15% off coupon. Nice. You guys think of everything. Pretty much. Offer ends 9/30/25. Valid ID required. Discount applied proportionally across items purchased as shown on receipt. See IKEA-USA.com/ready-for-college for complete terms.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Juice box. I'm a mom.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check. Oh, hot sauce. Take it.
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins, a balloon. Wait one sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, due line, $100 per month on Experience Beyond. Finance agreement $829.99 and qualifying porting. For well-qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
The season may be winding down, but there's still time to make the most of Buckeye Lake. At Buckeye Lake Marina, we have year-end deals on boats, accessories, and more to get you ready for next year's adventures. The Buckeye Lake Marina staff is there to help you find the perfect boat at unbeatable prices. Buckeye Lake Marina has a long list of satisfied customers, and you want to be the next. Don't wait. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
Cash for Clunkers continues during the Honda Summer Event at Lindsay Honda.
Listen up, Columbus. Cash for Clunkers is big money towards your next ride.
Up to $3,500 minimum for your trade.
Use it for the down payment, negative equity, or keep the cash.
Lease a new 2025 HRV two-wheel drive LX or 2026 Civic four-door LX for just $299 a month. Zero cash down. Just bring us your clunker. Shop Lindsay Honda, the big Honda store now. For details, visit lindsayhonda.com. Attack and dominate. Morning Juice is on YouTube and 10 TV Plus.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Join Bobby Carpenter and Tito weekdays starting at 6 or watch on demand. More Bobby, less commercials. The Fan.
The John Deere Gator XUV lets you cut, pack, drive, scout, weld, stack, feed, pull, load, tow, spray, and haul, all in a single day. Because with the highest cargo box volume in its class, customizable features, and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds, it gets the job done. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at your John Deere dealer or visit johndeere.com/GatorXUV.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part, they accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Anthony once ran the table on the World 9-Ball champion. Coincidentally, Maddie is out looking for a magic 8-ball. Signs point to this is Rothman and Ice.
I think if I would have ran the table on Earl Strickland when there was an internet, maybe it would have gone as viral as this.
And I'm still out there looking. I'm still out there
looking out there for an 8-ball. Now, when Cole just tweeted, my coworkers just found out. Now, to be truthful, Coley, TLC, Baby Chet, to be truthful, Coach Day had a Coach Day.
Yeah.
Get where I'm going with
Emphasis
that?
On
Coach Day had a presser yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is. You mean Ryan?
Yes. So we decided to wait on your Umpire Kid Gate tweet because today was a little more easy because Ryan, Coach Day, your Ryan, started with Bishop and Friends and then bled over into our show. We were going to start yesterday's show with it. We didn't. But I guess congratulations are somewhat in order. This has been taken to the stratosphere. TLC. And so the hard question of the press conference is, how much money did this 13-year-old kid owe you that he hasn't paid up yet?
All, first time, long time. How was the meeting this morning?
Meeting was riveting.
Way to plan your vacation around a meeting.
Smart.
You're not a rookie anymore.
Hey, the last time I did that, I was able to get some bonus time because I came in on my off day, and so I could just roll that over and just get some PTO plus time and a half. So that was cool. But he owes me nothing. Twitter fame is worth nothing. And so there's no way for me to parlay this into anything. I'm not subscribed. Maybe if I had a blue check mark, maybe I could have turned this into something. But I didn't pay my $8.
Yeah.
So that kid is working pro bono.
I just want to say, TLC, that I agreed with your tweet until you got to the part about his parents. Because I said this.
That's the whole thing.
Well, I said my stance was I'm not a parent, so I don't know anything about parenting, okay? So I'm not going there.
Oh, no, you don't have to be a parent to have an opinion.
But here's where I agreed with you.
That's
if I was sitting in that section, I would be annoyed as hell that kid was doing that. So I'm with you on that.
Thank you.
Here's the other deal. Did you just see this on the internet, or has this kid done this before? Was this a one and done? Does he call all 9 innings of the game? Like, what do you know about this?
Okay, so it's funny because this was a 3-game series, Cubs and Cardinals in St. Louis. So I know people in St. Louis. I know the sideline reporter. I did radio with the sideline reporter for the Cardinals in St. Louis. And so I talked to him about it. He was the
gong.
First of all, I can destroy this gong, this entire interview. So if you want to, if you want to call it an interview, there you go.
Thank you.
Here I am beating up the gong on my off day. But so I got a little bit of a background on it. Apparently, he's done this before in spring training. He went because he's a Florida kid. He was saving up money. Which, by the way, if you're the parents, like you're making your kids save money so he can fund this trip to St. Louis to go watch the Cardinals. Are you kidding me? But he's done it before in spring training in Florida. This was apparently like his coming out party at a big league stadium, which is ridiculous because this week, actually tomorrow, is when the Little League World Series starts, and he would have fit perfectly in Williamsport, but he had no business behaving this way, and it's really his parents' fault for greenlighting this whole situation. And so this was his debut, and FanDuel, Sports Midwest, and Fox completely abused it. I think ESPN was okay. They didn't do too much with it on Sunday Night Baseball, but this was just out of control, Matt. You got to admit.
It is out of control. I am Team TLC on this. Get this kid out of here. I don't want to see him ever again on national TV doing what he is doing. So I'm leaving it there. Now, moving the story forward, are you going on St. Louis radio to defend yourself today?
I did. I went on this morning. So this is my second radio hit today. How about that? But I went on with some of my old coworkers, and we just BS'd around about it. So basically the roadmap for every show in St. Louis radio when I was there was what did Cole tweet last night and how can we make fun of it? So I really could have used this ammunition when I was actually there, but I don't know.
So here's what I said earlier. I'm like, okay, so I would have to actually be there and experience this kid to tell you whether I've had enough of it or not. I feel like, yes, he's borderline a little too old, like borderline. It's not awful, but if it was a 10-year-old, I don't think you write what you write, correct?
No, you're underestimating.
But see, no, that's one that I don't understand because I've gotten a lot of that feedback actually from people I know and just strangers. Gong, but I don't understand this whole like, well, he's 13. If he were 11 or 9, what difference does that make? The fact of the matter is, for 27 innings in Busch Stadium this weekend, this kid went and made the show about himself. And there are people there. This isn't like Little League Baseball, man. This is the pros. People spend a lot of money, especially in those seats right behind home plate. And the fact of the matter is, those parents allowed that kid. He showed up in costume for 3 straight games.
I did say that. It was Halloween. I did say that. Yeah.
They're trying to turn him into like Umpire Marlins, man. And there's something so arrogant about thinking that you're a part of the show, which again, this comes back to FanDuel, Sports Midwest, and Fox for actually basically validating this. And so there's a part of me that can't even blame the parents because when there is a train of sideline reporters getting ready to interview this kid, what else are they supposed to think? But it's such an inconvenience when this kid's playing charades for 9 innings, 3 games in a row for the people who are like 16 inches away from him. They're just trying to watch a game, man. Yeah, it's a kid. Yeah, he has hopes and dreams. That's all good. But that's such an inconvenience.
It's like a Broadway series, man. There's a new audience every night. He's not playing to the same. Come on.
What is this, Hamilton?
He's got like a Vegas residency.
He's got a residency at Busch Stadium. Absolutely. Here's the other thing. And all right, would you change your tune? And you're on the witness stand, so I'm just kind of pepper you a little bit. Would you, he's already said no.
No.
Would you change your tune in, I don't know, 10, 15 years if this kid works his way up through the minors, umpire school, becomes a major league umpire, and it all started right there, and he turned a career into it, that it wasn't just, as you say, a look at me situation?
No, this is a look at me situation. He can get mental reps in his living room, okay? The camera is pointed directly at home plate. Every home plate umpire, I don't know if he was also doing first base and third base umpire stuff for check swings, I don't know. But if he wants to get some mental reps, he can do it in his living room. Like he was there. There's something so arrogant about him, like trying to become the show. Again, There are people who approved of this. He's a 13-year-old. I don't expect the judgment to be that great, which is why I don't understand why Matt has a problem with the kid, but not the parents. The parents are more responsible for this than I think he is. But no, he can get mental reps wherever he wants to. Dude, for 2.5 hours, like, that's a cute act. And by the way, if he just showed up in an umpire uniform, that's funny. But to actually, like, cosplay as an umpire for 2.5 hours, dude, that's got to wear thin, man. Those parents, and look, man, I love kids, and I'm not trying to sound like I don't like kids, but this really
Usually
gives
that's AR's
the idea.
gimmick.
No,
don't drag me into this.
Usually AR's been dunking on the kid.
One time I caught 2 T-shirts at a Blue Jackets game.
Give them to the dogs at Blue Jackets games. See what we do. So we cross over the same.
You forgot the memorial stuff, but go ahead.
I didn't do anything at the memorial except, all right, the fact
Shattered dreams.
You guys, I'll tell you, man, can't win for losing up here. All right, let's keep our eye on the prize. We got to take a break here, top of the hour. I want one day for you to meet this kid. I think we have to broker some sort of peace plan, and maybe we'll bring him in here. We'll fly him in here to shadow you in the booth.
Bring
the
Ed
whole
Reed,
thing.
too.
He can call some innings in here for us. Bring in Ed Reed for Maddie. They can reunite at the urinal here, and we'll get it all done. Listen.
Look,
yeah, go ahead.
I do like that he wants to be an umpire, and I hope he does make it. Like, that part's good. It's just when you go to a game, you don't have to, like, hold your entire section hostage to make sure that everybody knows that you have a dream and that you're chasing it. Like, you can do that at home. Just watch the game, man.
Maddie is okay with the kid
for allowing that.
So he can have a dream, just not on your time or your dime. That's what you're saying. Reach for the stars, kid. Just don't get in my way. All right. I guess we'll see you tomorrow, unless you're going to be going on a stadium tour to police certain fans, and you got a whole new career now, my friend. Well done.
No, I'm far more concerned about this kid going on tour, to be honest with you. I think that they're going to turn him into Umpire Marlins, man, and he's going to be – I'm serious, man. Go to Williamsport. Like, he's fit in perfectly there.
Okay.
It's going to be like the McNeese State kid, the manager.
Oh, the boombox kid?
You started about Aura.
All right.
That was amazing.
That was just a run during a tournament with his team. They made him the human mascot. Boy, you guys are all about crushing dreams.
You know that those guys on that team feel bad for him, and that's why they're sarcastically turning him into a star.
Hey, he got NIL deals. He got NIL deals out of that. Get the money.
All right, bud.
Yeah, you know what? It ain't cute anymore.
All right, safe travel.
All right, see you guys tomorrow.
Keep your head on a swivel. Might be some people after him. All right, top of the hour. That was TLC, by the way. Great producer of Rothman and Ice. We come back, top of the hour. Maddie, the question now. Who should start next? We'll answer it. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here at the Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Retirement Group. We can help ensure you'll have a reliable income stream in retirement, locking in gains and avoiding downturns in the market. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
The summer event is still on at Germain Honda of Dublin, and the deals are hot. Lease the rugged 25 Honda Ridgeline Sport for just $339 a month, or finance with an unbeatable 0.99% APR. Or drive home in the new 25 Honda Prologue EX. Lease it now for only $149 a month, or 0% APR, plus no payments for 90 days. Get the deal you deserve at Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270. See dealer for full details.
2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, like, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully, with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab, just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
It's child's play to donate your car, truck, RV, or boat to Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Ohio. They'll pick it up free of charge, steer you through the paperwork, and a hefty tax deduction rolls your way as you help provide a home away from home for families of seriously ill, hospitalized children. For more information about donating your vehicle to Ronald McDonald House Charities, visit rmhc-centralohio.org or call 614-CARS-HELP. That's 614-CARS-HELP.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall, and I want to talk to you about the roof over your head. You know that thing that protects your house and everything in it? It's pretty important, and a lot of you are going to have to replace it soon, but be warned. There are companies out there that skip over the biggest part of the process, the attic ventilation. You see, if that attic doesn't have proper circulation, it can cause problems such as mold and rot. You got rot. And not to mention leaks in the wintertime and higher AC bills in the summer. This is one of the reasons I'm telling you about my guys at Victor's Home Solutions. They start with a free 21-point roof inspection, including a thorough inspection of that attic as well. They know that if that ventilation isn't right, that roof's going to be built on a shaky foundation. That's why every Victor's roof comes with a well-thought-out attic ventilation plan, and that's why they can offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. Money-saving discounts and financing incentives are also available. Call for your free 21-point roof inspection and get that estimate today. 866-VICTORS or go to victors.com.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hot damn! Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. The hard iced tea taste you know and love, but with an 8% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and brings your daytime drinking to the next level. Just look for the bright yellow cans in the cooler and get ready to dial up the fun. Big flavor, extreme kick. Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted!
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. It's going to be number 1 versus number 3 when Ohio State opens the season against Texas in 18 days. Ryan Day, after practice yesterday, said that this team is deep, but they're going to need to perform.
I do think the depth is strong, which is great. It's great for competition. But the guys who are the starters have to perform. And I think that's another thing that we've challenged this team with, is the starters and the leaders, they have to perform at a high level. They have to produce.
The Cincinnati Reds still in Philadelphia, taking on the Phillies at 6:40 tonight. Brady Singer versus Ranger Suarez, the pitching matchup. Coverage on ESPN Columbus gets underway at 6:10. Also at 6:40, the Cleveland Guardians beginning a home series with the Miami Marlins. Logan Allen versus Jansen Junk. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, and trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Register today at roosterswings.com.
Matty was a big Browns fan. Scratch that, we mean he's a big fan of the former Browns. Oh, yeah? The Baltimore Ravens. This is Rothman and Ice.
Second hour of the program, Rothman and Ice. Our boy Mad Max Chadwick, football analyst, Pro Football Focus, as we focus in on everything NFL coming up very soon. I feel like our fantasy draft is like hanging by a thread. I don't know if enough people want to go through that again.
Yeah.
You and I might have to, we talked about this, splitting off and forming our own live NFL league. If we can't get enough people dedicated. Because as much as I complain about it, I do want to go through it again. It's part of one of those annual rights now of the season. I just have to do it and just keep grinding to try to get there, baby. It's a regular season. I've got too many regular season titles, and it's just not right.
It's like the in-season tournament for the NBA. Like
Can't spend it anywhere.
You won that cup.
Stinks.
It's not the Larry O'Brien trophy, though, and that's what we're trying to get you. Yeah, I talked to
I'm a President's Cup winner.
Okay.
That has never hoisted Lord Stanley.
It's nice, but it's not what you what you really want.
Not what we're playing.
Not what you really want. I talked to the commish earlier, our guy J Pavs, and he said, Matty, can I talk to you for a second? I said, of course, J Pavs, always got time for you. And he said, I don't know about the fantasy league this year. I said, what happened? He said, hey, there's people up here that don't want to play. And I said, you know what? That may not be the worst thing.
Choose not to play.
Because a 14-team league it's a grind, and your roster is some nasty work at the back end of your roster. There's not a lot of appeal there. You cut this thing down to 12 or 10.
And the waiver wire becomes fun every week.
Now we're partying.
Am I really spending?
Because here's the thing. As you know, AR, I'm in an 8-team league, which is the best league I've ever played in. But what comes with that is your roster is so good that you have very difficult decisions to make. And you're going to end up leaving a guy or two on your bench that just balls out, and it's going to drive you nuts. And so while, yes, some people say, oh, you got 8 and 10 teams, your team, there's too many good players on each. So I'm like, okay, I don't understand that. But there's some challenges there. So we may be headed to a potentially 10 or 12 team league here at the Fan, which I'm in favor of.
All right, so the question now for the Browns is who should start the next preseason game. And it's not an easy thing to answer because in my mind, you could take the chips and start moving them in on, let's see if Shedeur builds on it. Like, let's put him out there right away, start again, see if he can handle it again, and how he performs at Philly on Saturday at 1 o'clock. I could see that. Let's see if he is the backup. Let's see if we go all in on the backup. But it really wouldn't be the right thing to do, probably based on if the other guys are healthy. I think that Dillon Gabriel deserves a chance to showcase his talent in the same way and see if he can impress the same way as Shedeur. And if you're a coach, you'd probably want to see that because you can still play both of them. And I don't even know if Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel are even ready for 11 on 11 anyway. It may be out of necessity again that Shedeur gets a chance to double down on his performance. I don't think they've announced anything. And I'm not telling you that, listen, starting versus playing, I don't know if there's a massive difference in it if you're going to get the same amount of series. But you do want to get a fair shake here. And I think if Gabriel's healthy again and Pickett's healthy, then they should get the chance. They should get the same platform Shedeur got. But I've read a lot, and people are saying, well, wait a minute, let's build on this. Let's immediately go and not like put them on the shelf and then wait again.
Yeah.
Elf on a shelf, Brownies, and just double down on that. But I'm into let's see the other guys on the platform.
I think there's a way for Shedeur and Tommy Reese, the offensive coordinator, Stefanski to build off of what he did. And I think you can do that in practice by upping the reps with the twos, right? And the ones leading into this game on Saturday. I think Joe Flacco needs to start this game, though, because it feels to me that's where they're headed. And so Joe Flacco, while, yes, he is experienced, he's still an OG. We're talking about a guy that's, 42? 41 somewhere in that window. So you got to get him ready as well. And so I think for me this week, that's what I would like to see. He's going to be their starter week 1 against Cincinnati is my guess. And so you want to have him get some good on good work going. After that, then I think it's a toss-up of what you see in practice that's going to lead you to your decision on Saturday and who should play. You bring up what is one of the elephants in the room. It's the health of Pickett and Gabriel. Those guys right now, to my eye, haven't participated in a whole bunch of 11 on 11 stuff, if at all. They've been doing 7-on-7 stuff. So take that for what it is. But Shedeur needs to be in the mix with guys that are going to be potential starters or are going to be the backups. I think he's earned that right. And so when it comes to a depth chart, and you see yesterday that Shedeur is still fourth, I don't understand that. I think what should have been done is you have on that depth chart next to Dillon Gabriel, it's an or after that. Mm-hmm. So I think it should go Flacco, Pickett, and then Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur. Dillon hasn't earned anything to this point to be ahead of him on the depth chart outside of just being drafted third in the third round. He hasn't done anything.
No, but when you're creating a depth chart, you're using practice. You're using film. You're using meetings. You're using playbook. You're using everything you think that guy's
he hasn't
picking
practiced hardly. Like, my thing is, like, he hasn't done hardly anything on the field. Shedeur has practiced and given you a game that was successful.
Are you talking about the depth chart now post this?
Yeah, that came out yesterday.
Okay,
where he was
I thought you were talking about in the beginning.
After the first preseason game, the one that came out yesterday, he was still fourth on that, and that I don't get.
Well, they're trying not to maybe take one preseason game and immediately just throw the thing on its head. I do think that Gabriel is closer along to getting on 11 on 11 than Pickett is. So it may be the battle of, this may be the game at Philly where Gabriel and Shedeur kind of own the show a little bit, and they get a chance to decide which one is higher. I'm with you on that Shedeur. The only reason you would go all in on Shedeur right now is if you feel like you just saw enough that he's now maybe exceeded expectations of where he was as far as picking up stuff, and now we've seen it, and we definitely need to see it again in the same fashion. And not only would he be launched maybe in a backup role, but now all of a sudden he's challenging to start. And maybe your calculations, because that's what all this was for, this little circus. It wasn't, yes, they all started in different places, and they all had draft capital that was invested differently. But Flacco's not your future. He's your present. He's the guy you feel a little safer about. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if there's a guarantee that Flacco outperforms one of those guys. He has such a head start in knowledge and experience and what he's done and track record. So I get that. But that's what this season is for. So I think that second preseason game, they'll play 3. You probably hold Pickett out again. You don't test that hammy again. Or you keep him healthy enough where you might have to trade him or move him along. So I'm kind of there. I'm not putting this on Stefanski to name a starter today for Saturday's game.
No, you don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah, you don't have to do
but I do think there's a decision involved here on whether you kind of build on that momentum with Shedeur.
I think you should. Real quick, let's hear from Stefanski on how important this week is for Dillon.
I feel like every day is critical for all these players. We want to stack these days and make sure we're getting better. So I really view every day as very important.
Yeah, you see what Shedeur did, and that hammy's feeling a little bit better today. But
it was probably trending better.
Let me get out there on the practice field and do something, because that's real, and that is something that could just literally, in the blink of an eye, change your NFL career. Right, that's probably a little spicy to say, but as far as what these guys are fighting for, you're fighting for an opportunity that could carve out a pathway for your future. And right now, Shedeur has a bit of a leg up. It's not the end-all, be-all. It's not, but I do think on the depth chart is to say Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders at third string right now. He shouldn't be at fourth.
Stefanski throws out the general. He just generalizes like that. We're going to be very intentional about our quarterback's development. Okay, what does that exactly mean? What is the intentional about it? That they're all going to get the same reps? You're going to lean into guys that you feel have earned more reps? Like, what is the intention? And that's the one thing he's holding back, which he has every right to do as the head coach. We come back, we switch it down to Cincinnati. Is the Bengals season all about this narrative? One star says no. You'll hear it next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Juice box. I'm a mom.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check. Oh, hot sauce. Take it.
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins, a balloon. Wait one sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 per month on Experience Beyond. Finance agreement $829.99 and qualifying ported. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay out via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Keep your summer fun going at Toyota's National Sales Event. Now through September 2nd, get 1.99 APR financing on a powerful new 25 Tundra or $3,000 customer cash. Excludes TRD Pro. Or you can lease a new well-equipped 25 Tundra SR Crew Max for just $419 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better, you've earned it.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Austin and Berm are back with a new daily podcast, the ultimate OSU football insiders. You know it's refreshing to have some smart people working here from time to time.
The Beat with Austin and Berm on the 10 TV Plus app.
Subscribe today.
Hi, I'm Josie. My daughter turns 5 today. Blow out the candles. I'm also an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can get home to celebrate with my daughter.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Let's all give them room to work. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
We're getting ready to head back to our classrooms for the new school year, and I want to recognize our education support professionals, many of whom work right through the summer months to make our schools run smoothly every day. To Ohio's custodians, school secretaries, maintenance workers, and so many more, thank you.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A hot and humid day ahead for us. Don't forget the water and the sunscreen. We will see some increasing clouds and some stray showers and storms are possible. Otherwise expected to be mostly to partly sunny with highs in the low 90s. For tonight, we'll see lows in the 70s with chances of showers and thunderstorms overnight into the early morning on Wednesday. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, kids. Anthony once did magic for birthday parties. See, when you say it out loud, it doesn't sound so bad. Back to Rothman and Ice.
And if I would have done some of that magic as a 13-year-old at like a restaurant or something, that TLC was eating it, I don't... You would have crushed my dreams. If I would have gone from table to table doing some close-up magic, and I got to TLC, and you'd be like...
I don't know if he would have bodied you for that. I think if...
Kid's problem.
Little Anthony at 13 years old was trying to do magic tricks at the front of a stage at a David Blaine show, then you may be in some trouble with TLC because you're trying to take away from the
illusions.
moment. Yeah, exactly. Then I think he would think you're trying to take away from the moment.
Yeah. I really want to... I think this story has legs, man. I
hope it doesn't. I don't want to see this kid again. I'm with TLC. Like, enough. Especially when you're coming back for multiple games. Like, come on, man.
I'm telling you, it's a different audience every night.
Come on, man.
Can't be just told he's doing one game.
He's not an attraction. Nobody's coming to the game to see him. Nobody's coming to the game to see regular umpires, the actual umpires that matter. We don't care about the kid.
It's offering a little entertainment in the stands. I was telling you, you've seen the things that are done and said in the stands at major sporting events.
But I'm just saying,
seems pretty tame compared to most things.
Imagine if he tried tossing a fan.
Okay. Yeah. Umpires can't toss fans.
Oh, man. They can't?
You could point out to security.
Yeah, get him out of here.
That's what he could do.
Yeah, get him out.
All right, so the need for a fast start has been a big narrative for Cincinnati. And it's real because if you look at the analytics, starting 0-2, starting 0-3 in the NFL, you guys, we've looked at the percentages. They're almost next to nothing as far as making the playoffs. Now, it's a 17-game season, so there's certainly chances. And Cincinnati almost rescued it. They almost did last year. Would they get to 10 wins or 9? They got to 9.
Am I
wrong?
Were
they? It had to be 9, right?
I don't know why I want to say 10.
They wouldn't be left out at 10, would they have?
9-8.
Yeah.
Last year. Pittsburgh 10-7 after getting off to a very hot start.
Now, the way they had to get to 9 was winning 5 in a row to end the year, which isn't not as easy. So there's a narrative out there for a fast start, and they dig early holes. They've done it. They cannot get going. And that was a little bit why probably the Joe wanted to play in the preseason. Probably. Just let's light a spark. Let's get that fuse a little bit. Now,
rhythm.
I was pretty surprised that he decided to hang in there on a unblocked blitzer down the middle and take a hit to the right ribs. I would not have advised that.
There's only so much you can do, though, right?
Like, no, if you're going to go rid of it. He's got to see that.
If you're going to go out there, like, those are the things you got to test as a quarterback, is knocking the rust off of feeling that blitzer coming in your face. Like, if you're going to go out there, you got to do it. And so they looked the part, but we know that their offense is going to be elite. So seeing Joey B and Jamar go out there and do the pitching and catching the way that they did, that's no surprise to anybody. Those guys can get that done with their eyes closed. It's going to be about the defense this year, as we know. But going back to what you teased going into the break, it is trying to avoid, hey, last year we lost 4 of our first 5 games. In 2 of those losses, we had no business losing to Washington and New England the way that we did. You lose to Kansas City on the road, Baltimore at home. Those are respectable losses. But those other losses are the reason why. You can look back at last year and be like, hey, you know what? Maybe that's the reason why they didn't make it to the postseason. You get to 10-6, you get to 11 wins, and you win those Kansas City, I'm sure, the Washington and Patriots games, and you're probably in the postseason.
I think it's fairly obvious to say that winning early helps in so many ways, not just the obvious, which are the standings. Yeah. It helps in momentum. It helps in confidence. It helps in we got something going. And it offsets adversity, that you're building yourself a little bit of a cushion. So for injuries, bad health, whatever, you lay an egg against a team you shouldn't lose, whatever, you're building that chance. So T. Higgins was asked about it, and he basically did not buy into all the pressure of you better get off to a fast start.
How about getting off to a hot start? It's a major topic, something you guys didn't do last year. You guys are playing in the preseason. You're practicing with a sense of urgency. Look, every team has goals, and sure, everyone wants to get off to a hot start. But as a team leader, how vital is that for you guys to start well this upcoming season?
Me personally, I really don't like the narrative, of getting off, get to a hot start. I just feel like at the end of the day, we just got to execute as a team. Offense got to complement the defense. Defense got to complement the offense, and the special teams got to complement both. At the end of the day, it just comes down to executing as a team and finishing the game all the way out throughout the fourth quarter.
All right, that was Adam Shine, Sirius XM. I would say that it's fine. He can talk about that. There was no soundbite there, meaning there was no answer there. What he's saying is we all have to do our job. This isn't about winning the first game or winning the second game. We're not focused on that. But he's got to hear it, Matty. He's got to feel it. He's been a part of this. He has to sense that hitting the ground running is a very important thing for this team this season, and partially because of the other part, which is the front-loaded schedule. These guys see what we see, and I'm not saying they talk about it the same way, but he sees that they peek at the schedule because they want to know when their off weeks are. They want to know where they're going. How far are we traveling?
The short weeks.
Do we have back-to-back short weeks?
Yeah.
So they look at it.
No doubt.
So the fact that he sees the Browns, Jacksonville, and then at the Vikes, at Denver, home, it starts to get, the initial start, let's just go there. At Cleveland, home against Jacksonville. Those are Sharpie. You pencil those in. I'm not saying you're guaranteeing a win at Cleveland, but you feel like you are better than them probably. And Jacksonville at home, you got to protect that. Home opener against Jacksonville, 1 o'clock. You got to win that. So if for some crazy reason they would dig themselves another hole, you look at this schedule, it's real.
Yeah, it's real. And just going back to what T was saying, I agree with him because he's just talking about playing complementary football. And that's what they need. That's what they need because you just can't have the offense do so much caring of the team. It's got to be 3 units and the coaching staff, everybody week in and week out executing. If they get that, then this is going to be a Super Bowl contender. I just don't know what the defense is bringing to the party this year. And so those first 2 games, while I'm with you, that they should win those games based off of how much talent they have, especially at the top end of their roster and the most important position, their defense might allow teams to mess around and hang around. And that's what happened last year. New England, you had the fumbles and the turnovers and the defense. Look, they gave up 16 points in the game, but they kept shooting themselves in the foot. And then the Washington game, you allow a rookie who now we know is legit to get up and down the field. And so that is the focus. And so Cleveland, while yes, it's the Browns and we're expecting a down year, I'm not going to be surprised if Judy and Njoku are making big-time plays on defense. Is that enough to win the game? Probably not. But I do think that's what they have to have out of the gate is some type of resistance on defense. Because if you don't, then you're messing around with some really good teams down the stretch. Now, that Minnesota game, week 3, looks a little different. Jordan Addison won't be playing in the game. He's suspended. And Justin Jefferson is currently dealing with a hamstring injury. So who knows what they're going to have as far as weaponry goes. But, yeah, I get what T is saying. Under Zach Taylor's watch, they've been getting off the rough starts, and I think it's hurt them.
Quick minute for my guys out there and women who are listening, because Low T Center has been improving the quality of hundreds of thousands of men's lives across the country with their personalized care. And now, believe it or not, women can enjoy the same life-changing, medically guided hormone therapy. If you really imagine how great you'll both feel, all you have to do is visit fixmylowt.com and you'll get the information you want. And more importantly, you'll schedule that appointment. So you know that Low T has been changing men's lives through this hormone care for over a decade, and now they want to include women, and they want to help them and help you in relationships and life and just feeling your best. So Low T Center, they've been the experts more than a decade. I've been talking about them, and I talk about getting your numbers and getting the power. So if you still haven't taken the T-test, don't wait any longer. You can get started today. Most major insurance is accepted. Don't wait any longer. Visit fixmylowt.com. Get in there for the appointment, get the information, and start feeling your best. Get to the quality that you deserve at fixmylowt.com. We come back in 2 minutes. Our friend Max Chadwick, PFF, I wonder where he was picking in their Heisman draft and who he selected. You'll hear that next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Get Eco.
Aaron? Yeah, Jerry? Do you know what I like best about our plumbers? Tell me. No matter how difficult, no matter how messy, no matter what it takes, they just dive right in and fix it.
Get Eco.
They dive right in. Yes, they dive right in. We've got scuba diving plumbers.
Get Eco.
You know they don't literally dive in, right? Well, of course not. Not yet, anyway. The pipes are too small.
Get Eco.
They won't be able to literally dive in until I finish inventing my eco miniaturizing ray. But until then, our plumbers will just keep on figuratively diving right in. Yes, that would be best. Jerry, do you know what I like best about our plumbers? Tell me. They're so good at their job, they make it look easy.
Get Eco. Get Eco.
Scuba diving plumbers, genius electricians, and better than average HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony once got Jack Nicklaus to quote the movie Caddyshack, so he's got that going for him.
The last time I saw a mouth like that, I had a hook.
Which is nice. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Let's go while we're young.
All right, I learned a lot from our friend Max Chadwick, and one of them is the little bit of pseudo pressure that was lopped on the heads of Texas. And the fact that this is the first time the Longhorns have ever started number one in the AP poll. And here they are. And they've got to come to Columbus. No ramp up for either team. And Max is with us now on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fangus Hotline. Welcome back, my man. How you been?
Good. How you guys been?
You tell me about, we're doing well because we get to hype this season so much, especially with this opener. We don't have to bore ourselves with trying to get through a few cupcakes. What's your initial feeling on Texas, Ohio State?
It's a massive game. You know, you look at the betting odds right now, I think on DraftKings Sportsbook, these are the two favorites to win the national title next year. They're tied for first in odds right now. So this is a massive, massive game between the defending national champion and the number one team in the country, right? So I don't know who I'm picking yet to win this game. I'm kind of leaning Texas, I would say, right now, because I have more answers with them and more questions with Ohio State right now. But it is truly a toss-up right now, and I can see either team winning that Week 1 game.
Max, let's dig in a little bit more on what Texas is bringing to the table. Like outside of Arch Manning, we know that's going to be the headliner. They did lose a lot of talent to the NFL, as you know, but just replenishing the cabinet, if you will, for Sark and just what we're going to be seeing personnel-wise from the Longhorns. Your thoughts on that roster outside of the quarterback?
Yeah, honestly, the headliner is Arch Manning, obviously. But the best part of Texas, in my opinion, is their defense. I think they have one of the best defenses in college football, as they did last year, too. You have the best edge rusher in Colin Simmons, who could really wreck the game plan for Ohio State if that offensive line doesn't gel together immediately. You have the best linebacker in the country in Anthony Hill Jr., in my opinion, the best linebacker unit in college football, too. And in my opinion, the best secondary in college football, with guys like Michael Taft, who's an amazing safety, and Malik Muhammad, who's a great cornerback, too. So the depth of that defense and the star power on that defense, that, to me, is the biggest strength of the Longhorns this year.
Yes, I mean, they've got a couple good ones at linebacker, and you're right. Let's zero in a little bit on the moving to Arch Manning and what you're hearing from Quinn Ewers to Arch Manning. He had a chance to use Arch if he wanted to last year against Ohio State in the playoff, especially when they got down to the 2-yard line. He did not. the famous scoop and score by Jack Sawyer, and the rest is history. When you try to look at Quinn Ewers versus Arch Manning, what are they getting different there? Besides, we know the wheels are pretty strong.
Yeah, I think more mobility, that's the obvious thing, right, which is kind of crazy to say about a Manning considering how really immobile Peyton and Eli were during their careers. But, yeah, Arch Manning is very mobile. I think the problem with Quinn Ewers a lot last year, and I thought Quinn Ewers held this team back a lot last year. You know, this is a team that had the talent to compete with Ohio State even more than they did to win a national title, and Ewers, for one reason or another, just could not get it done, right? So I think his pocket presence, Quinn Ewers, last year was really bad. And I think Arch Manning, at least from the limited time we saw from him, he looked better in that respect. Now, the problem is Texas last year had the best offensive line in the country, in my opinion. They lost 4 starters from that offensive line. So that is a question mark for Texas this year. But I think Arch is a better decision maker than Quinn. He's more mobile than Quinn, probably has better pocket presence than Quinn, too. That's how I would describe the two of them. Quinn Ewers is still obviously a very solid college quarterback. He was still taken in the NFL draft, which is an accomplishment in itself. But I think Arch Manning, just the decision-making and the mobility and the pocket presence, that's probably the biggest difference between the two of them.
Between Alabama and Georgia, at the quarterback position, who do you have more confidence in as far as that offense, that leader at that position being able to ball out consistently? Georgia's QB or what Alabama's going to roll out?
It might sound ironic considering we saw more from Gunnar Stockton than anything we saw from Alabama's quarterback room, which is now they just named Ty Simpson the starter today. But I have more faith in Ty Simpson. I think, he was a guy coming out of high school, was a former 5-star recruit, sat on the bench for 3 years. Not only is it Ty Simpson, and all that, but I think, you have Kalen DeVore and Ryan Grubb, who worked amazing together, making Michael Penix Jr. an absolute superstar. You have Ryan Williams, who's one of the best receivers in the country and easily better than anything that Georgia's got right now. And then the offensive line for Alabama is way better, I think, than Georgia is going into next year, too. So I think the supporting cast for Ty Simpson is way better. And I don't know about you guys, but I wasn't very encouraged by what I saw from Gunnar Stockton last year. I think they downgraded at quarterback, going from Carson Beck to Gunnar Stockton. And to Stockton's credit, he was thrown to the wolves against, Texas in that SEC title game and then Notre Dame in the playoff, 2 of the elite defenses in the country. But he also didn't look very good in either of those 2 games either. So maybe with a full offseason as a starter, maybe he looks a lot better. I expect he will look a lot better than what he showed in those 2 games. But I still probably have more faith in what Alabama's going to do offensively than what Georgia has this year.
All right, let's dig in on Penn State. And it feels like, and you talked betting favorites early, and they're pretty highly ranked now in the AP, but, from a trust factor, I don't think anybody does. Their first big test is going to be home against Oregon, Happy Valley, night game. They should win it, week 4. And Oregon has lost so much off of that Big Ten championship team. Dante Moore has to step in for Gabriel. They're rebuilding the offensive line. The defense has 4 returning starters. Is Oregon overhyped or is Penn State overhyped? Or are they both appropriately hyped?
I think both are appropriate right now. I had Penn State number 3 personally in my top 25, and I had Oregon number 7 in my top 25. So I think Penn State is the rightful favorite right now in the Big Ten. I know Ohio State's going to bring back, some talent too, and they're obviously defending national champions. But I think Penn State right now, just what they bring back basically everyone but Abdul Carter and Tyler Warren from last year's team that made the college football playoff semifinals. So, I think Oregon is perfectly ranked at number 7. I probably had Penn State 1 spot lower at number 3. But, yeah, I think Penn State is probably – you mentioned it. This is the year for them. This is the year that they really want to put it all together and deliver the program's first national title since the 1980s.
Illinois here in Big Ten country, they've been getting a lot of love this offseason. Are you one of these people out there that believes in Illinois and everything that they brought back, that can equate to them being a possible contender in the conference this year?
I don't know about contender to win the conference. I think there's a pretty clear gap after the top 3, as there was pretty much last year, too, of Penn State and Ohio State and Oregon. But I think Illinois could make the playoff this year. They're a top 15 team in the country, I think, in my opinion, and they brought back almost everyone from last year's team that, won 10 games last year, too. So the continuity that they have, as long as last year was not a fluke, and I don't know if it really was, Illinois could absolutely still be a really good team and should still be a contender to crash the college football playoff this year.
Glad you said it that way, because they have 16 returning starters from a team that won 10 games. So I think you said it perfectly. If that wasn't a fluke, then they are loaded. They are loaded, and they should be ready to go, and they should be hungry, even though they're the it team. Now, you got to kind of – we don't know how they'll handle being the it team, because all they've been called during the offseason are you this year's Indiana. You're going to crash the party. You're going to be the one that nobody expects. So I think you said that right. Is there a sleeper that no one's talking about right now that will be in the playoff?
Ooh, good question. At least in the Big Ten, I wouldn't overlook Nebraska. I think Nebraska's schedule is pretty easy, honestly. And if they just get one or two big wins, like they could really make a run and go 10-2 or 11-1. I was encouraged by Dylan Raiola in his freshman year at Nebraska. Excited to see if he can make a year two jump. They improved that receiving core. Now the question is, a great defense last year lost a lot of key pieces, but if Raiola could take the next step, I think Nebraska. I don't think Illinois can really be described as this year's Indiana, because Indiana really did come out of nowhere, right? They weren't ranked preseason or anything like that. Like Illinois is a top 15 team preseason, so not really can't really be a Cinderella story, really. I think if you're looking for a Cinderella story in the Big Ten, it might be Nebraska this year.
Where are we at right now with Tennessee now that Nico isn't in the mix? I know the AP poll came out and they were barely inside the top 25 at 24, but without him now as their guy, the outlook for Tennessee in your eyes, it looks like what?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions offensively right now, which is ironic considering Josh Heupel, I think, is one of the most brilliant offensive minds we have in college football. But you lose your star quarterback in Nico Imaliava. You lose your SEC Player of the Year in Dylan Sampson at running back. You lose starters on the offensive line. You lose a lot of your top receivers, too. There's a lot of question marks offensively with Tennessee. Now, I will say, the reason why they're still a top 25 team, in my opinion, and deserves to be in the top 25, is their defense is still elite. You know, even though they lost guys like James Pierce Jr. and Omar Nurmulad, they still have one of the best corners in the country in Jermon McCoy, and some guys on the defensive line who I think could really step up and break out and be stars. Like Joshua Joseph is really the edge rusher. I think could be a breakout star this year. So that defense will still be really good as it was last year, but I have a lot of questions offensively right now for Tennessee.
Max, love having you on, bud, and talking college football with you. He's the football analyst at Pro Football Focus. Check him out at CFB Max Chadwick on the X. Thanks, my man. Be well. We'll talk soon.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Max was on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. We come back with a Buckeye Bulletin, and one Buckeye says his teammate reminds him of a top 3 draft pick. Tell you who that is. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
Big summer savings at Logan Services. Take up to 50% off an air conditioner with the purchase of a furnace. Why wait? Get a free estimate on Trane, because it's hard to stop a Trane. A system for every home and budget. Logan Services.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall, and I want to talk to you about the roof over your head. You know that thing that protects your house and everything in it? It's pretty important, and a lot of you are going to have to replace it soon, but be warned. There are companies out there that skip over the biggest part of the process, the attic ventilation. You see, if that attic doesn't have proper circulation, it can cause problems such as mold and rot. You got rot, and not to mention leaks in the wintertime and higher AC bills in the summer. This is one of the reasons I'm telling you about my guys at Victor's Home Solutions. They start with a free 21-point roof inspection, including a thorough inspection of that attic as well. They know that if that ventilation isn't right, that roof's going to be built on a shaky foundation. That's why every Victor's roof comes with a well-thought-out attic ventilation plan, and that's why they can offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. Money-saving discounts and financing incentives are also available. Call for your free 21-point roof inspection and get that estimate today. 866-VICTORS or go to victors.com.
My name is Andre Roberts, and I'm a defender for the Ohio State men's soccer team. When I was in 7th grade, I fractured my kneecap. That was my first experience with Orthopedic One. My physician came in the room and delivered the diagnosis, and with the confidence that he had, it reassured me that I would be okay. And they definitely did a good job of knowing as a soccer player when I needed confidence, when I needed to be pushed, and they got me right back to where I was before my injury. Orthopedic One understood what it means to be a soccer player.
Columbus, the Blue Jackets schedule is out. And you can lock in your seats with ticket plans starting at just 11 games. Don't miss a moment of the action. Visit BlueJackets.com.
Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks. And refresh the vibe for any drive. Refresh at Speedway with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks with Speedy Rewards and try exclusive Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl flavor for a limited time only. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
At United Dairy Farmers, peach is our most popular ice cream. Although it's only here for a short time, we sell more of it than any other flavor. And once you taste it, you'll know why it wins the popularity contest. We make it from scratch by mixing in the juice from our hand-selected peaches and big chunks of fruit. That's what gives it that unique peachier flavor. And that might also explain why peach season at UDF doesn't last long. UDF Peach Ice Cream, made for you.
After an audit of our programming, the suits here at The Fan decided we needed more baseball. And that common man is stupid. Good news. We fixed one of those problems. Catch the Reds on The Fan all season long. Yay, baseball.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports. Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The summer event is still on at Germain Honda of Dublin, and with football back, Rich is ready to dominate the competition. You can lease the sleek 2025 Honda Accord LX for as low as $249 a month or finance with 3.99% APR. Upgrade to adventure with the 25 Honda Pilot Sport all-wheel drive. Lease starting at $429 per month or 4.49% APR. Visit Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270. See dealer for full details.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, Buckeye Bulletin time. This name may not be a household name to you yet, but Ohio State offensive lineman Phillip Daniels, who transferred to Ohio State last year out of the portal from the University of Minnesota. He was a Goldie, and he's got a few seasons of eligibility left. He had redshirted a couple years ago, I believe, as a true freshman at Minnesota, played in a lot of games. And after that, in 2024, started a few times. And he was talking about one of his teammates, defensive end C.J. Hicks, and he was comparing him to a pretty massive name.
Hicks, like, we battle in the spring. Like, I feel like every day I was going against him. And just like his speed, his twitch, and his get off, and he's kind of like a mini Abdul Carter. So it's like just going against him every day. I feel like, okay, like once I get it down and I got it down, okay, like cool. Like them the dudes is really getting me to work.
A mini Abdul Carter. Didn't go full Abdul Carter. It's a mini Abdul Carter.
And he's talking about one specific trait from Abdul Carter's game, and that is his speed, which, you know, you listen to former defensive linemen talk, and that's huge, right? Like you hear bend a lot, like how bendy are you as a pass rusher, or just the speed, or how strong are you with like bull rush and all that. Like all those things can lead to success. So hopefully that will be the case for C.J. Hicks, because The talent has always been there. Positionally, where does he fit, I think, has been a question. But I think now there's opportunity, not only for CJ, but these other pass rushers that have been waiting, right, for Jack and JT and Tyreek to go on to the NFL. Now, here it is. So we shall see if CJ Hicks can take advantage of those reps along with, guys like Bo Atkinson and Kenyatta Jackson and others.
Yes, he's in as they call the 2 deep. And I feel like he's got a ton of ability to get after the passer. I don't know whether he's got everything to be a true defensive end, every down kind of guy, but when you want him to get after the passer, sick him, he might be able to do that for you. But it was nice to hear Phillip Daniels call him that mini Abdul Carter.
Yeah, because I think you highlighted something that's real, is that you can have different types of guys, right, in each room. And you can have your combo D-end, if you will, that's good against the run and the pass. But maybe you can have a guy like CJ Hicks or maybe somebody else that is just a bona fide, I'm hunting, I'm getting downhill on money down. There's room for that dude as well. And for Larry Johnson, man, since he was hired here at Ohio State, we know he likes to roll bodies, right, and have fresh bodies throughout the game down in the trenches. And so CJ's I think a redshirt junior now. So it's time for him to pop off and take the skills that he has and, mold that into effective things on defense this year.
What interesting Ryan Day did you have ready to spin over there? You felt strongly about.
Well, we can keep it with the offensive line theme, and he talked about the rotations that they'll have on the offensive line.
Yeah, you're seeing, Ethan's playing tackle, moving to guard. Tegra's playing guard, but, he can bump out the tackle as well. Austin, Phil, both playing tackle. Luke is inside. Carson's inside. Josh Padilla's inside. Gabe Van Sickle's inside. You're seeing Ian Moore play tackle. And so the idea of a primary and a secondary, I think, is going to really pay dividends down the road. But it's important as we get closer to this first game for guys to really dig in and get the majority of the snaps at where they're going to play. So, we're seeing Austin, take a lot of snaps at left tackle, and we're seeing Phil take a lot of snaps at right tackle. And Ethan is swinging and doing a good job. So, we'll see, again, by this week, again, we'll have more and more snaps, more and more information, and go from there.
I feel like he split Austin and Phillip up. I felt like they were both, when we were watching the spring game, I felt like they were both at right tackle.
I think that was the plan. And I'm big on hearing what coaches and players say, but follow their actions. And their actions of moving Austin to the left tackle, for me, is just possibly a mini red flag on Ethan as a transfer that they brought in. For now. Not the end of the world. But I think the plan was you bring in Ethan Onianwa, and he's your left tackle.
Right.
And so now my guess is they've gotten some info back on film and things that they've seen, and maybe he's just not ready for that. And so you have Austin, who's been an Iron Buckeye this offseason, did some good things last year. He has the ability to slide to left tackle. You bring in Daniels from Minnesota, who has experience in the conference as well. And so, to me, that's how I'm reading it without overreacting, because I really don't know. That's just the evidence that I'm following with Austin sliding over to left tackle right now.
Or it could be what the other thing you said, which is that Phillip Daniels is having a strong preseason camp,
right?
And he's pushing his way up, and we have an opportunity,
right,
to do something else.
And last year, you look at the development that happened on the fly throughout the playoff, but obviously throughout the year. But when you look at Coach Fry and what he had to deal with, that was important, is coaching those guys up, right? With having Donovan Jackson go out the left tackle and having other guys move around. That's what Tyler Bowen's got to deal with. Tyler Bowen's been doing some good things out there on the recruiting trail, but right now, shuffling some pieces around could be a challenge just a few weeks out from your debut as a team.
Seen a lot about former Buckeye Emeka Egbuka as being the sneaky rookie to watch in Tampa.
They love him down there.
Especially in fantasy.
They love him, man.
And so they're just throwing out all sorts of... Baker's already loving him.
That's his guy.
So,
yeah.
And with Godwin banged up and Evans aging,
yeah,
then he could step right in there. I'm not trying to tip the fantasy draft hand, but...
Yeah, I would be lying if I didn't have JSN's rookie year in my mind. And all that means is we know how good JSN is in his own right, and we know how good Emeka is in his own right, but it may just be a little crowded in year one for a rookie. Emeka just may be different. Like you said, the chemistry seems to be already there with Baker, but there were mouths to feed in Seattle when JSN got there with Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf as established vets that are dudes. And in Tampa, it's the same thing. You brought up a great point about Godwin. That may carve out more of an opportunity, but I don't know if the stats are going to be super sexy for Emeka this year, but he is going to be impactful for them because you just can't deny his talent.
Mike Evans said the guy's a true pro, like right out of the gate.
Yep.
And he's going to be a playmaker. And when you think about what translates from college to the pros, people, they talk about physicality at certain positions. But what you find is with receivers going into this NFL is that position translates about as well as any.
You can get going.
Because when you can toast a guy in college, and I'm not saying that the pro DB should be better, but it looks the same. Yeah. You don't need contact. You don't need to see if my guy's physically better than your guy most of the time when it comes to translating from a rookie receiver to the pros.
That's real.
I think that's what they're seeing.
That's real. Completely agree with you. Just real quick, wanted to bring this up. JSN in year one in Seattle, 628 yards. Year two, over 1,100 yards and 6 touchdowns. So you can still be impactful, but there's going to be less opportunities when you have one Hall of Famer and another really good player in front of you.
All right, that's today's Buckeye Bulletin. We come back, top of the hour, Sports Center update, and the forgotten quarterback, maybe more in fantasy. We'll tell you who it is next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Oh, hey, the best football team in the country's on the best radio station in the country. Congratulations, Buckeyes. Here's to 100 more years together. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Choose from payments as low as $99 a month or 12 months with no payments and no interest, plus a free in-home window and energy assessment. Restrictions apply. Give them a call, 614-502-5220.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Central Ohio contractors and homeowners. Tired of overpriced, low-quality cabinets? Well, it's time to upgrade your cabinet game. 3D Cabinetry is your go-to for fast, hassle-free service and cabinets you can trust from order to install. 3D Cabinetry delivers fully assembled all-wood affordable cabinets. No delays, no stress. Just quality craftsmanship delivered on time every time. Get started with your free consultation today at 3dcabinetry.net. That's 3dcabinetry.net, where quality meets affordability and reliability.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. When was the last time you hopped out of bed without that knee or back screaming at you? Or walked down a flight of stairs without groaning step by step? Hey, that was me. And I had to deal with that from all the years of playing football. But I went and saw my friends over at QC Kinetics, and it disappeared. I didn't have to tough it out anymore. Call over QC Kinetics with Dr. Wolkoff and get your free consultation. It's regenerative medicine, folks. There are thousands of patients who will tell you that they wish they would have done it sooner, just like I did. I'm glad I did, and my experience was tremendous. You go in, you have a consult, they lay out the plan, they talk about it. It's no pills, it's no scalpels. It's just your own body's biologics treating you and helping heal you. So find out if you're a good candidate. Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices all around Central Ohio, so be sure to go and check them out.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Matty Ice here. Are you ready to rumble? Then get ready to roll on up to McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Right now, they're unleashing huge savings on the all-new 2025 Silverado 1500. We're talking about up to $13,000 off MSRP. Or if you need some serious muscle, get a 2025 Silverado HD for as low as 3.9% APR for qualified buyers. They're just a short drive north off Route 23 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet stop you from being active and getting healthy this year. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
Spend Labor Day weekend at Great American Ballpark. Cheer on the Reds when they face the Cardinals in a 3-game set August 29th through the 31st. Enjoy a fantastic post-game fireworks show on Friday presented by Toyota. Saturday, fans in attendance will receive a Hunter Green bobblehead featuring the Reds ace with his French Bulldog Ross, thanks to Tri-Health while supplies last. Bring the whole crew on Sunday and enjoy some afternoon baseball. Visit Reds.com/tickets today.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. 18 days away from the matchup we've all been waiting for. Ohio State and Texas to open up the season. Ryan Day met with the media after practice yesterday and said that they're going to need both quarterbacks.
We have to have them both ready to play in that first game, and then again, as we get closer here, we'll name a starter and go from there. But we're going to need them both, and that's the goal right now, is just to get them both ready to go, figure out what they can do, so that they can go play well in this first game.
After an off day yesterday, the Cleveland Guardians beginning a home series with the Miami Marlins at 6:40. Logan Allen gets the start for Cleveland, Jansen Junk for the Marlins. The Cincinnati Reds continuing their series in Philadelphia against the Phillies, also at 6:40. Brady Singer versus Ranger Suarez. Coverage on ESPN Columbus gets underway at 6:10. Swimming in debt with rates as low as 8.99% APR. Save your summer with a debt consolidation loan from BMI Federal Credit Union.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, we get after it here. Third hour of the program, Rothman and Ice. Hope you're having an awesome day. Couple big things to get into this hour. And I've been a very even-keeled dude about, admitted that I like to drive exotic cars. I have gone on many trips with my dad where we've done exotic car drives. We've done track schools, Skip Barber driving schools, Elkhart Lake, the whole deal.
I feel like we should be playing the gong right now.
No, I didn't think that. Well, I don't think that was.
Driven all these exotic cars.
They're not mine.
Hey.
They're not mine. They're not mine. See, I'm trying to set up a story. I'm trying to do right by the show.
You live a lavish life, man. I'm jealous.
I haven't done it lately. All right, here we go.
Just last month,
just
not lately.
Get right to it. But so I will admit that I used to like to drive fast, and it's not a smart thing to do, and especially if you're not on a track. And I bring this up only because when Myles Garrett came back from the preseason game and they land in Cleveland, and I think he gets into a Ferrari or whatever I think it's a Ferrari, I'm not sure. It was at night. And he gets popped for doing 100 in a 60. 40 over. Criminal speed. Bad news. Now, I get it. Probably nobody on that road probably felt he could open it up. Wrong time, wrong place. Lights go on, and there you go. The reason I say that it's a bigger deal is because this is a guy who 4 years ago flipped his Turbo S Porsche. Flipped it. Could have died, maybe should have died, bloodied, disoriented, hit his head. I mean, you would think the ultimate wake-up call. And he lost control, and that's what those cars do to you. They're meant to be driven fast. They want to be driven fast. Mm-hmm. They are strangely fast when you don't think they're going fast, and they're very difficult to control. And if you're not someone that has done, no gong, you're not someone that's gone to school or done a lot of this, it's too much automobile for the regular guy. It is. And so nothing happened. He got ticketed. It was a normal thing. Got a speeding ticket. People get them all the time. He was going crazy fast, but it was at 2 a.m. I'm hoping that he hadn't had any drinks on the plane and all that, and nothing came out about that. But when he lost his turbo on the way home from Medina from a Browns practice in Berea and flipped it several times and walked away and has a life, you just think like, okay, I'm probably not going to do that again. And I'm betting that the car that he got popped in this time was an exotic sports car. So the fact that he was cited at 2 a.m. for going 160 is going to be old news. Nothing happened. He didn't hit anything. Didn't hurt anybody. Didn't hurt himself. But I go back a few years ago and had to miss a game because of that. So that's the only thing that surprised me, and that he's willing to kind of do this again. But I understand the temptation when you're an owner of those vehicles.
Some people are just hard-headed with certain things, right? And no matter what it is in life, there's one thing that you probably shouldn't be doing, but you do it anyway. And this may be the case for Myles. We've had a couple instances this offseason where, you have a couple Browns players and popular players on the team, and Shador and Myles Garrett, that have gotten tickets for speeding. And I think Shador was driving 90 or 100 or whatever it may be. These guys know that they shouldn't be doing it. They're young. They're rich. They got, like you said, really fancy cars. And every once in a while, you want to go out there and air it out to see what you have in the car. Should you be doing that? No, you shouldn't be doing it. But I think we can all understand how you could fall into that trap, if you will, the way Myles has. And so you just got to hope that this dude learns from it, because you laid out some real things, and all of those things that you said could possibly happen are there. And we don't want any of those things to happen, not only to Myles, but to anybody. And so for him, I'm sure Kevin Stefanski, Andrew Berry had a talk with him, and he probably nodded his head, and that was probably the end of it, because like you said, he got a ticket, and at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of people listening that have gotten tickets before or sped out there on the freeway. And so that's pretty much all this is. And he just should feel fortunate that, like you said, nothing happened beyond what actually happened.
Yeah, and it says he has a history of speeding, and and he and I think there was a girl there was a passenger, I think, in that other accident. And it's one of those things where I don't know the laws as far as, like, he was doing 40 over. Like, he may be one of those candidates for license suspension. I don't know. It's criminal speed. And so I don't know where he is on that, or he's pay the ticket, move along, and you start running out of the easy way out card where you just pay.
Yeah.
And so everything's fine. He wasn't hurt. Car didn't get into an accident.
And then you don't want the league getting involved either, right? You start stacking up these type of things, and Roger Goodell potentially has to do something. We're not there yet, but the more and more you start going down this road, then you're talking about hurting the team possibly with what he did off the field. Look at what's going on with the Chiefs right now with Rashee Rice and that hovering over their head and him possibly being suspended for a couple games or a few games, whatever that may look like. Miles is too important to the team to be messing around with any of this.
Well, and now it appears Shedeur is too, because he's been popped twice, 12 days apart. Hundy and 91 or whatever. He did it twice. So, all right, it doesn't get you till it gets you. That's all you can say about that. The forgotten quarterback in fantasy football over the years, maybe not in our league because it seems like he gets drafted high every year, is the one and only Patrick Mahomes. And Field Yates had a take on this, right?
Yeah, he ranked his top 10 fantasy quarterbacks heading into this year. He's got...
And I'm guessing Mahomes was not in there?
Mahomes is in the top 10.
Okay.
Can you guess where he would have been?
Well, he's definitely not in the top 4 or 5.
Lamar,
Jaden,
Lamar, Burrow, Jaden.
Yeah, he's not in the top 5. After that is where I think it gets interesting.
Allen, Lamar, Burrow,
Jalen Hurts.
Oh, that is the answer?
No. My guess is that to me that should be the top 5 in fantasy.
Push.
Yeah, it's in play. It's there. Like, they paid the man and they're still doing it.
Lamar, Jaden, Joe,
Jalen,
and yours going Jalen. I'm just trying to think if I would go with somebody else. Yeah, I think I could be. I think I could be talked into Mahomes there. If we don't know about Rashee Rice, do we?
No. Like that.
Speaking of crashes and speeding,
it's concerning that he.
All right, I'm with Maddie. I'm going to go. So Jalen would be 5.
I would have Jalen slightly above Joe Burrow just for the rushing stuff in fantasy. That's all.
You know what? I'm not. And maybe it's because, and it's not because I've already had Jalen, because I've had him and I benefited by it greatly. I just feel like game script wise, passing numbers, that
I do buy into.
It's just, to me, the touchdowns and the tush push works, but you need a lot to go right to get to that 2-yard line and make sure you're there and you're not giving it to Barkley. Now, usually they don't, but they just lost a guard, and I just wanted, and I don't know when he's coming back. And if I was drafting tonight and I was on the clock and I needed a quarterback, and you told me Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow were available, I'm going to lean Joe.
The thing that you just love about Jalen Hurts, last year he had 14 rushing touchdowns with Saquon Barkley in the mix.
I know.
That's the only thing.
Saquon.
Is just that level up that you get in fantasy. In the real world, I'm taking Joe Burrow all day over Jalen Hurts, but that's it. But you're splitting hairs between the two because I think they're both right there in that 4 or 5 slot in fantasy ranking. So getting back to Field Yates and his top 10, where does he have Mahomes right now?
Mahomes is 9th to him. So he has the top 5 you guys have been listed.
Let's guess. I've not seen. Have you seen it?
No, I honestly have not.
So do we have? Okay, let's get rid of Josh, Lamar, Jaden.
The order he has those guys in, they are the top 5, but I don't think it'd be what you're expecting.
I want to see if we can get from 6, 7, and 8.
So you're saying our top 5 is right, but we don't match Fields Yates' order.
Say the order you guys have again.
I'd go Josh first.
I would go Lamar first and then Josh. Actually, I would probably go Lamar, Jaden, Josh is what I think he did.
All right. I'm going Josh, Lamar, Jaden.
He's got Lamar, Jaden, Jalen Hurts, then Josh Allen.
Okay.
And then Joey B is 5.
Okay. So we had the right guys.
Allen at 4.
They're all right. They're all awesome. I love to have.
So now we got to find out who are we looking for? 6, 7, and 8.
Who are the 3 ahead of Mahomes?
Let's do it in pre-snap.
Okay.
Let's do it in pre-snap. See if we can guess. Yeah, promise. I have no idea what the back half it outside of Mahomes and where he is. Right? You gave us that, but outside of that, I don't know.
All right, hit that. And what's going on with Micah Parsons? Is he going to be out of Big D? We'll talk about it next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
Common Man here. Our friends at Care Heating and Cooling in Lenox are feeling the love. They're doing something extraordinary for Central Ohio families. The Lenox Feel the Love program provides deserving families and individuals with indoor heating and cooling equipment as well as installation at no cost. You can nominate someone who you think is deserving at feelthelove.com. Nominations will be accepted through August 31st. Let's give back to our hometown heroes. Selfless neighbor, maybe who always puts everybody first. Community leaders like teachers, firefighters, and volunteers, or just families facing hard times. Whoever you think is worthy, send a nomination. As of 2024, the Feel the Love program has completed more than 350 installations with help of dealers like Care Heating and Cooling. Our friends at Lenox donate all the equipment, and Care donates the labor and materials, and the installs are done at no cost. Remember, the deadline is August 31st. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Juice box. I'm a mom.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check. Oh, hot sauce. Take it.
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins, a balloon. Wait one sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 per month on Experience Beyond. Finance agreement $829.99 and qualifying porting. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay out via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Keep your summer fun going at Toyota's National Sales Event. Now through September 2nd, get a stylish new 25 Corolla with 4.99 APR financing or 5.99 on Corolla Hybrid. Excludes Corolla Cross and GR Corolla. Or lease a gas-powered Corolla LE for $199 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary. We here at The Fan want to make your mornings as enjoyable as possible. That's why we bring you T-Bone and Tybus, a delightful blend of sports conversation and laughter. A show so good you'll forget all about your dead-end job and underachieving children. Maybe you saved a lot of money to send them to private school, and then your daughter shacks up with some dude named Fuzz. And you can't tell if your wife's angry or not because she's had so many filler shot in her face that it can't move anymore. Anyway, T-Bone and Tybus, it's good.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan.
Got a teen athlete? Then you know putting in the hours is all part of the game. But did you know the same goes for learning how to drive? Because just like playing a sport, learning to drive takes practice. The only difference is the stakes are even higher. 50 hours of practice time driving with you? Worth every minute. Gear up at teachyourteentodrive.ohio.gov.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A hot and humid day ahead for us. Don't forget the water and the sunscreen. We will see some increasing clouds and some stray showers and storms are possible. Otherwise expected to be mostly to partly sunny with highs in the low 90s. For tonight, we'll see lows in the 70s with chances of showers and thunderstorms overnight into the early morning on Wednesday. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, inching closer to the season. Let's knock out this before we tackle the Micah Parsons stuff. Maddie and I, during the break, legal pad in hand. Fantasy quarterbacks, top 10.
So
we're looking for 6, 7, 8, and 10.
And what we're doing is reacting to Field Yates from ESPN, his top 10
trying to
fantasy quarterbacks.
His list.
Correct. So, AR, let the folks know what his top 5 is going into the year.
Yeah, I got none of these in order.
Well, you got the 5 right.
Yeah, come on.
Got them right.
That's baby stuff.
Hey,
Lamar, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Joseph Burrow. Those are his top 5. I would have gone Josh, Lamar, Joey, Jaden, Jalen. That would have been my list.
Yeah, you're passing up on all the rushing upside.
I've had them. I've been there.
I know. I'm just saying. I love that.
I'm usually
like I mentioned yesterday, Joe Burrow ran for that 50-some-yard touchdown against the Giants.
I'm usually the high floor
He's
rushing
got some
guy.
legs.
That he did.
Yes, he has legs. All right. So you gave us the freebie, Mahomes at 9. I probably would have him a little higher than that. I just would. With Xavier Worthy and
So if you knew right now that Rashee Rice was going to say, let's say he misses 4 or 5 games, how does that?
I'm probably moving Mahomes up at least a spot or 2.
Oh,
that's it.
If you knew he was suspended, you would move him
only.
up.
If you said only 3 games, is that what you said?
You'd move him up.
Yeah, if he's missing 6, I might think differently about it. We're waiting on quarterbacks is fine too. So here's my prediction about Field Yates' list. And I think Maddie may or may not agree with me. I'm going to go Baker at 6, Dak at 7, Kyler Murray at 8, and then I'm going to go with just thinking about going with Herbert at 10. But I doubt I could do that.
I don't love that.
What about Caleb at 10? Way too high?
For me, yeah. Especially with how I think the offense will run early on. I think there's going to be some challenges there for new coordinator, new system, all of that. Like,
what about,
I don't think you're getting off to a good start there in fantasy if you have Caleb. Ladder back into the season, I think it'll look a lot better.
What about Jordan Love at 10? I know he's got a little hand issue. It's supposed to be fine.
Yeah,
Scott Golden now.
I would rather have Justin Fields in fantasy this year. I would.
Let's do the 6, 7, 8. I said Baker, Dak, Kyler for his list.
Baker, Dak.
Where are you on that?
Baker, Dak, Kyler.
To fill in 6, 7, and 8 on Fields' list is my prediction.
Baker, Dak, Kyler. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Is that what he has?
What did he have?
We got Steve Harvey in the building. Family
That
Feud.
bad, huh?
Do you have one?
Did we get any of them?
You have one correct.
One
of the 3 there. One of the names you mentioned is in the list.
Justin Fields is in this list, isn't he?
Wait a minute.
He's not.
He's not.
So
okay.
So we got one Baker, Dak, or Kyler. One of those is 6, 7, or 8?
Yes.
Baker, Dak.
I mean, Dak's got He's got the 2 big weapons.
Baker's like, I got 3 down
All
here.
right, I'm gonna stick with my number 6. I'm gonna stick with Baker.
I like that. There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Baker's at 6.
The fact that Dak and Kyler did not make 7 and 8, that means we've got work to do.
And you said there's no Justin Fields in his top 10.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, that hurts.
Okay.
I hate to do this. Does he have Bo Nix in there, Matty?
Oh, you know what? He might.
Yeah.
But is that, you getting good fantasy value? I can't name a weapon right now. I said
it's not Purdy.
Cortland Sutton, J.K. Dobbins, and R.J. Harvey, the rookie. who's got a lot of buzz. Outside of that, I don't know what they got cooking on offense over there. As far as weapons go.
Dak didn't make his top 8.
And he's not 9.
Dak's got to be 10.
He is not.
All right.
Not in the top 10 for Dak.
All right, so then we got to go to the Caleb, Bo Nix.
I got a guy.
Fields.
I got a guy.
What's your guess here at 7?
It's not May.
But May be 10.
No.
I don't know where Fields is that then.
What is Trevor Lawrence working with?
T-Law has Brian Thomas Jr. and, Travis Hunter, a guy you may have heard of.
Stroud? No.
Who
in the world could he have at 6?
Baker's at 6. You need 7.
Oh, I'm sorry, Baker.
You need 7 and 8. Well, and 10.
Caleb Williams.
So 7 and 8.
I said Jordan Love. Was he in there?
He is not, no.
You say Purdy yet?
And I kind of did, but I didn't.
It can't be him, right?
Yeah, of course it could be. We're running out of quarterbacks. Goff? This guy's list is on. Oh, I bet he went crazy. I bet he put J.J. McCarthy in. Not in his top 10?
Nope. I don't know then.
With those weapons?
You guys have named the 2 that are in there.
We did?
Yes. But you didn't lock it in.
Oh, so Kyler,
Herbert,
and Herbert?
All right, just tell us.
I'm cooked now. I don't know.
Why don't you just tell us the quarterbacks you put in there?
What's the back half of this top 10?
It is Bo Nix at 7, and then Brock Purdy at 8.
Purdy. Who's at 10?
I can't.
Kyler.
I can't get down with Purdy right now.
So he left out Dak and Kyler. Oh, no, he left out Dak.
Kyler's at 10.
Kyler's at 10.
I will say this.
Left out Herbie and Stroud, Jordan Love.
I started the offseason kind of like, you know what? I see a vision in San Francisco for a potential bounce back. I got to moonwalk off that take, AR, because right now, not only is it the defensive stuff that they're dealing with, but Kyle Shanahan comes out yesterday and says there's potential for Brandon Ayuk to be back by week 6. Week 6? Like that? And so Brock Purdy's fantasy outlook at receiver right now, I do not love. I know Kittle was awesome last year, and CMC is awesome when he's available, but there's just too many questions for me right now with Purdy. So I think that's a little too high.
It is a little too high, and I feel like he's making a mistake leaving Dak out. And it's because maybe he's injury worried. That could be it. Didn't play in a lot of games last year.
Yeah.
But I think they're relevant in throwing the ball around. And if Micah's not there, or if something happens there, they turn into the Cincinnati Bengals overnight. They got to score a lot of points.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. You got a horrible defense.
Yeah, I'm in on Ferguson,
a bad
too.
running game.
Tight ends, all right.
Like, you don't think Dak's going to be forced to do a lot in this offense?
No, I'm
a lot.
100% with you on Dak and the opportunities that they're going to have there. I mean, you got a new head coach and an offensive mind, so maybe it takes some time. But I think the game script is what you're alluding to, and that's one of the dreams of fantasy football is to have an explosive passing attack paired with a bad defense. Second half of games, you're getting a lot of balls that are up in the air and a lot of chunk plays possibly with it.
Here'd be the tough decision I would have if you forced me into taking Bo Nix over Jared Goff. And I like how aggressive the Lions are in fantasy, not as much in real life. And I think they're pretty hungry. And I think that I trust him over Bo Nix right now. Would you?
Hard for me to disagree. And outside of the quarterback spot, the weapons are elite in Detroit.
Yeah, does
elite.
Bo doesn't have a number one, true number one.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton. Yeah. He's fine.
I'd err on the indoors. Amon-Ra, a lot of yak, a lot of dump-offs to Jameer.
Yeah. Jamison Williams is, I think, ready to pop off this year. Because Jamison Williams, his career he couldn't get a clean pathway to the regular season, whether it was injuries or a suspension. And now I think he's really going to put it all together. So he's one of those wide receivers, I think, in fantasy, like as you're second receiver, a flex option this year. Like, explosive plays are just, I think they're on the way at a pretty high clip this year just because he's so fast. It's so electric. And so, yeah, going back to Goff, like, I'd feel more comfortable going into games with Jared Goff in Dallas's weapons in fantasy than Bo Nix in Denver right now.
All right. We're going to come back in 2 minutes, and we'll combo platter this up. Micah Parsons, where does he stand now? And perhaps the greatest of all time is concerned about college football. You'll hear it both next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
The roof of your home protects what matters most in your life. Your family, your memories, your peace of mind. So when it comes time to replace the roof over your head, you need a name you can trust. Newman Roofing. Don't just take our word for it. Here's our friend Cindy on why she chose Newman Roofing over all the rest.
We had interviewed and talked with several other roofing companies around the city. The salesperson that came to speak with us was extremely knowledgeable, answered questions, took his time with us. We were happy to make Newman our choice.
And you'll have peace of mind knowing that on the day of the installation, we'll give you and your home the respect it deserves.
The guys arrived right on time. The crew leader came and talked with us, let us know what they were going to be doing. He was here all day with the crew. That itself was very impressive.
If you're thinking about your roofing or siding, give Newman Roofing a call today.
We were very happy with our experience, and we would highly recommend Newman to anybody we talk to.
Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Colin Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Are your leaky windows costing you money? Yes, they are. Right now, when you call my guys at Universal Windows Direct, you get payments as low as $99 a month or 12 months with no payments and no interest. Seriously, upgrade your home now and relax until next year. Call now and get a free in-home window and energy assessment. Choose the payment plan that's right for you. 614-502-5220 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Want to jinx your favorite sports team?
Please get out of my Van Halen t-shirt before you jinx the band and they break up.
Just ask Maddie to print your shirts. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All righty.
Print the shirts on Kansas City, Buffalo. Who else do I want to curse right now? For you want me to, the Lions? Print the shirts for the Detroit Lions. You know, I'm trying to help you out too.
That's right. May have to lean towards the Packers instead. So CB lit you up, said Bo Nix was the guy to take.
Well, I went down there and I said, hey, CB, Jared Goff or Bo Nix in fantasy this year. He didn't even flinch. He said, I'm taking Bo Nix because of the rushing upside. I said, okay. All right.
A healthy Evan Ingram.
Yeah, that doesn't move me too much. Doesn't move me.
It's not. He's not wrong in that that's where everyone's rankings are.
And they
would have Bo Nix above him.
And what we would have to bet on rolling with Goff is just efficient touchdowns, right? Like that's the thing in
Keep
fantasy.
Throwing it too.
That's why Justin Fields has always been attractive in fantasy because the passing stats won't be sexy, but your floor is so safe week in and week out because of the rushing ability.
We're off on the rankings. You and I are in the minority.
That's fine. Sometimes
it's way up there. Yeah,
it's good to be in the minority sometimes.
Well, and with Goff, with a new offensive coordinator, are they still going to have some aerial attack like they did, where they would have like a fancy play that was a long deep shot and
fair question
and get yards out of that?
Fair questions. I'm going to stand my ground on this though and go with the vet that has elite weaponry around him. That's what I'm going to do.
It's not a crazy distance for me between the two.
I will say this though, our last 2 years, Jared Goff 21 rushing yards and 56 a year ago. So it's not a thing for him. You're not getting that. Yeah. Yep. Those passing touchdowns is what you need. And he gave you 37 of those last year with 4,600 passing yards. So
Could there be a sophomore slump in Bo Nix, though? Like we saw with CJ.
Now you're asking.
I feel like it has to be one of those two, Jaden or Bo Nix, is going to have a sophomore slump.
Yeah.
More likely, I would think that Bo would have it.
Yeah, I agree.
Slightly. And I was a Jaden guy last year. Maddie knows. I was in that war room. I was drafting, and I was this close to saying, do I go Caleb for the weapons? And I said, no, I'm going Jaden. Go Jaden. And through the first 3 weeks, I'm yelling at him going, am I ever going to get a touchdown pass from this guy?
But guess what you got during those weeks?
Yeah.
Pretty safe floor with the rushing ability. Kept you alive.
Yeah.
And then he took the heck off.
He did. Regular season champs. It's always great. Micah Parsons. This is Dan Orlovsky on the situation between what he's predicting is happening between Jerry and Micah.
Do they want to get a deal done with Micah Parsons?
Why wouldn't they?
I don't think they like him. I don't think they like each other. I could be dead wrong. I just don't. Well,
it's gotten personal to the point that you're making.
But that gets personal. A lot of that money stuff gets personal. There's something that feels like he doesn't like them, they don't like him. And it's a personal dislike that isn't attached to just money.
Right, but
trade request is 10 days ago and we haven't talked.
Right, but if we're winning the Cowboys, like you talk about Super Bowl windows, I'm not saying they're a Super Bowl team, but they have zero chance without Micah Parsons. They can have a good year,
So that's my question. That's why I want to sit there. How? What, do they want to sign Micah Parsons? I'm not talking about the talent, the production. Do they want to sign Micah?
So I don't think he's wrong. I don't. I think something went sideways here with this negotiation. That Jerry doesn't want to deal with his agent, or something that they agreed upon that the agent came in and changed, moved the goalpost a little bit. Maybe Jerry had something going, and it's one of those deals. I never thought that I would say this, but I think that you would think that Jerry would be all in at his age. That all I want to do is witness another championship if I can.
Yeah.
And I'll spend what it takes to get it. So the fact that they're not doing anything and they haven't done anything, it feels like it has gone sideways. And now if they move him, because it sounds like Micah is prepared to leave, then the Cowboys have to shop him instantly.
This is a non-story for me.
You think it's just a power play?
I just think this is Jerry and Dallas doing Jerry and Dallas things the same way they did last year at this time, at the most important position with Dak. They drug their feet with that.
They did.
They ran it up literally until game day, game number 1 against Cleveland, and they got a deal done. And I think that's what's going to happen here. My guess is what happened is Jerry had a deal on the table. Micah at the time, they had a little wink-wink handshake deal that, all right, that works. And then the market moved. The market shifted, right, with Myles Garrett and Max Crosby. But the latest one was, there you go. Yeah. It was T.J. Watt. And T.J. Watt's 31 years old, and he's bringing home $40+ million a year right now. So if you're Micah, I think at that point you have every right to say, well, hold on, wait a minute. And I know we had this structure in place, and we both, I don't know, agreed to it. I don't know if that exactly happened. But if I'm Micah Parsons and I'm 25, 26 years old, and a guy 5-6 years older than me got $40 million a year, that's where we're starting. And so that's my guess, ARs, to what changed in this. But Jerry, as an owner, and he knows this, like, you have to go through the agents to get this thing done if the player has an agent. If he has an agent, that's just the rules of the NFL. And so he can want to talk to Micah all he wants, but he's got to talk to Dave Mullighetto, who is a popular agent in the NFL and seems to be well respected in the NFL. So this should be so simple. Like, I really just don't understand what is going on here other than what I laid out about what changed, but that is going to happen year in and year out around the NFL. And so he's in his prime. He will be in his prime the next few years. He's going to be highly productive as he has been. And so I think that's a contract that Jerry Jones will feel good about. And this is what you should want, is to show the world we drafted, developed this guy, and he's one of the best players in the league. Let's pay the man.
I used to have that thought. Used to be just what you were saying. I told you last week, Jerry's the don't let anybody know you're paying for dinner until the awkwardness comes and the check lands in the middle and everyone's looking at themselves and everyone's got their hands in their pocket and then somebody makes a reach and then he swoops in. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he wants.
It's that black card.
He doesn't want you to know before you order. He wants you to, you know what I'm saying?
No, I guess
if I know he's paying, I might go a little different.
A little extra appetizer or something there, to start.
I just think he's about the show. So I used to believe that, and I think maybe I still do to some degree. But for some reason, this has gotten personal, and I think where Jerry is calling Micah's bluff is that Micah says, I no longer want to be here. And so Jerry's, well, okay, let's find out how badly you want to be in Arizona or New England or name another team that's not going to threaten for a Super Bowl this year. The Raiders. Like, all right, you want your money? Now, Micah's like, well, we're not winning a championship here. Probably. We're not. Yeah. We haven't sniffed one in a while. So I don't know if Jerry can leverage the star the way he used to, the way everyone wants to be in Big D.
That's real.
And so I think that's why this thing has gotten real for both of them. You're right. I think the odds, or you could be right, that the odds, the history trends towards they're going to swoop in. The season's too important. Jerry's too advanced in this thing.
And he pays his guys. He's got a history
and he tends to overpay his guys.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. Let me run this by you because you were out one day and DeVere ran this by me. I didn't agree, but it was an interesting perspective that he brought forward because I didn't think about this. He thinks that what may be a little bit of a speed bump in this is that Micah's podcast may be turning off Jerry Jones. And that possibly being some sort of distraction or whatever. And I was like, I don't see it that way, but he does. What do you think of that?
Very tough thing to predict. Very tough thing to know unless you know. I don't listen to the pod. What's he been saying that's rubbing Jerry wrong? Or is it just a distraction?
It may just be
Is it the Kyler Murray video game thing? Like, is it something like that?
Maybe.
The results speak for themselves.
But my thing was he's
talented, so
he's the owner that does a weekly radio.
Yeah, I think that's. I agree. Unless you could point to something specifically that Micah said to disparage the Cowboys on this podcast, then I would say no. That it's not just a general thing because all these athletes are getting into whatever they want to do on the side, and it's real. And like you said, Jerry's an owner that loves it too. He loves the spotlight. Yeah. So, and he owns this franchise.
If he's serious about winning and getting Dallas back to the top of the mountain, Micah Parsons has to be a part of that. Like, if you're serious about winning, you don't pass up on a guy like this or trade a guy like this for a couple first-round draft picks and sell hope to your team, because that's all you're doing is kicking the can down the road and saying, look, we got rid of one of the top 5 pass rushers in the sport in his prime for a couple draft picks. Like that
well, you'd
not
get a few probably,
but that doesn't mean anything right now.
No, they're not guaranteed. Right. They don't translate into. But maybe Jerry is ready to. I mean, you wouldn't think at soon to be 83 years old that he'd want to take the TNT to his team and try to blow it up in a year and then find another quarterback and all. Like, you wouldn't think.
And you and Shefty brought this up to me last week, that this can go down a road of the contract that he's on right now and then 2 potential franchise tags.
That's right.
After
they did it to Dak.
I think he's going to be in a Cowboys uniform for the next few years. I'd be shocked if they trade him a few weeks before the season starts. That'd be wild. I don't see that happening.
Well, they may not trade him. They may not pay him. They may not. Like, this isn't Emmitt Smith as a free agent. Micah's under deal, right? Like, he's. Yeah. So it's not. This isn't an owner deciding whether to pay a guy. This is an owner deciding whether that guy is going to hold out. Like, so there's a difference.
Yeah.
And Jerry's playing the game the way he's played it. But something changed, though, in their relationship.
I think it's Jerry's public comments. How could that not rub you the wrong way if you're Micah?
No, but I also think the real part of it is Jerry saying, you and I have a relationship. I'm going to make you the high. Like,
but what would piss me off if I was Micah is when he made the comments about my availability and like essentially saying even if I pay
the injury,
even if I pay the guy, it may not equate to anything significant. Like, that would really rub me the wrong way if I'm Micah Parsons.
Well, maybe I should look at it in reverse. That Jerry has paid all this money for all this time and hasn't sniffed a title, and maybe he feels that he is. That his money's not coming back to him. Well, I mean, he's coming back to him in what his franchise is worth.
Well, go ahead, Jerry. Jerry, go the other way and get rid of your best players and see how that's going to work.
I agree. It's unbelievable. All right. We'll come back with Tell the Truth, Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall, and I want to talk to you about the roof over your head. You know that thing that protects your house and everything in it? It's pretty important, and a lot of you are going to have to replace it soon, but be warned. There are companies out there that skip over the biggest part of the process, the attic ventilation. You see, if that attic doesn't have proper circulation, it can cause problems such as mold and rot. You got rot. And not to mention leaks in the wintertime and higher AC bills in the summer. This is one of the reasons I'm telling you about my guys at Victor's Home Solutions. They start with a free 21-point roof inspection, including a thorough inspection of that attic as well. They know that if that ventilation isn't right, that roof's going to be built on a shaky foundation. That's why every Victor's roof comes with a well-thought-out attic ventilation plan, and that's why they can offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. Money-saving discounts and financing incentives are also available. Call for your free 21-point roof inspection and get that estimate today. 866-VICTORS or go to victors.com.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
It's child's play to donate your car, truck, RV, or boat to Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Ohio. They'll pick it up free of charge, steer you through the paperwork, and a hefty tax deduction rolls your way as you help provide a home away from home for families of seriously ill, hospitalized children. For more information about donating your vehicle to Ronald McDonald House Charities, visit rmhc-centralohio.org or call 614-CARS-HELP. That's 614-CARS-HELP.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Juice box. I'm a mom.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check. Oh, hot sauce. Take it.
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins, a balloon. Wait one sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 per month on Experience Beyond. Finance agreement $829.99 and qualifying ported. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay out via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
Cash for Clunkers continues during the Honda Summer Event at Lindsay Honda.
Listen up, Columbus. Cash for Clunkers is big money towards your next ride.
Up to $3,500 minimum for your trade.
Use it for the down payment, negative equity, or keep the cash.
Lease a new 2025 HRV two-wheel drive LX or 2026 Civic four-door LX for just $299 a month. Zero cash down. Just bring us your clunker. Shop Lindsay Honda, the big Honda store now. For details, visit lindsayhonda.com.
The season may be winding down, but there's still time to make the most of Buckeye Lake. At Buckeye Lake Marina, we have year-end deals on boats, accessories, and more to get you ready for next year's adventures. The Buckeye Lake Marina staff is there to help you find the perfect boat at unbeatable prices. Buckeye Lake Marina has a long list of satisfied customers, and you want to be the next. Don't wait. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Patriot Air Comfort Systems and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Get 50% off all window styles, plus no interest until 2030. Visit windownation.com now.
All right, Rhymes, take us home.
So here we'll go with your poll that you put out.
Oh, yeah.
What is the Buckeye season more about to you? Got a lot of votes on here, but ending the streak against the team up north is has the most votes at 66.4%. Repeating as champs is at 33.6%.
So a couple things there. One, it falls in line with maybe last year's expectations versus this year.
Yeah.
Last year, they were getting a lot of first place votes in that poll. Weren't they 2 in both? I'd have to go back and look. Maybe they're 2 and 3 this year. And let me look at last year. Last year, in the preseason, they were 2 and 2, but they got 15 first place votes in the AP, 7 in the coaches.
Dang, so Georgia, that means what Georgia got?
Overwhelming.
40
some
plus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Votes last year. Okay.
And this year, well, they got 20 in the coaches poll. So maybe I'm wrong. I feel like it's weird because if you didn't know the rosters and you didn't know the feeling and you just dropped in on earth here and you had both seasons put up against each other, you'd be like, well, they're as highly preseason ranked. You really wouldn't know. I just feel like the Michigan thing has become too much of a thing now. Mm-hmm. You know, you start stacking those cords of wood and people want to blow that up, and I get it. No one would ever want to pick not being the last team standing, but it means so much to end that streak. And I think that while a repeat title would be unprecedented stuff, that's an interesting deal. And it's not anything, Matty, that's shocking to me.
No, I felt that the poll would lean that way. Love that you threw that poll out there because I think it's very interesting to kind of hop in the minds of Buckeye Nation right now. But that's where I would lean to, is getting that Wolverine off your back, if you will. And
the priority of the season.
Yeah, like I think it's that. Like, it's not beating Texas right out of the gate, like with the coin flip
Someone
game.
did right beat Texas.
Beat Texas, yeah. Like, I don't think there's going to be a bunch of that out there. But I think big picture for 2025.
Big picture, right.
You check that Michigan box, kind of anything after that, it's kind of extra icing on the cake after you just won a national championship. And you're so right to just talk about the expectations and the pressure for this year's squad versus last year's. Because, like, you remember last year, you had Urban Meyer and Jim Tressel publicly on record saying that this is one of the best rosters I've ever seen, if not the best roster I've ever seen. Like, that's where the bar was set last year.
So,
right? You know?
I'm so glad you pointed that out because Urban has also said about this year, I got them at 10-2. They're going to have a great season. Wait, what? 10-2? Man, you roll out of bed at Ohio State, you go 10-2. Like,
it's probably in his mind, or it's the inexperience that this team's going to have.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying that acting like 10-2 is like a special season at Ohio State anymore. That's where the expectations are. Listen, this is a new team. Ryan's done a great job at separating. Last year was last year. This year is this year. New faces, new places, guys that have to prove. They're going to find out a lot about their team in week 1 at home. And then it's the grind, the journey, climbing the ladder, all that stuff, every cliche you can throw out. And it'll be his job and this team's job to try to climb that mountain together as this team. The one thing this team can do that last year's team didn't is solve the streak. Solve the streak. Flip it. Now, of course, if I said to a Buckeye fan right now, would you sign up for the exact same season? You lose to Michigan, you win the Natty. I'd be surprised if the percentage, and maybe if I did a different poll. Mm-hmm. See, I made them choose. I made them choose this time. You get one. You can't say both. Yeah. But the second poll is the both poll. Yeah. It's the, would you sign up for the exact same season? You get to win the Nat. You get the down of losing to Michigan again. But you get to be the last team standing. Would you do it? And I wonder if those percentages would be different than this.
Boy,
because it sounds easier to take.
I would hope that the winning the Natty again, the same way you did last year, would win in a pretty significant runaway. But I understand.
Got to take another one.
I understand the fan base that we're talking about.
Then it goes to
and
5.
How important the rivalry is. Right. It goes to 5, but guess what? I got 2 Natties too, right here, back to back on them. You know, like it's not bad.
I know,
not bad.
Well, I understand, and it's the one thing. The only thing that quiets the noise in Columbus, Ohio, if you lose that game. And Ryan Day and his staff proved it last year.
Let me feel a little Kyle McCord.
Oh. He did love McCord.
Gruden?
Yeah, Gruden did. He was kind of in on McCord because that was the sit down I believe he had with Will Howard, but I think he had some nice things to say about McCord. Kyle is in Philly?
Played the other night.
He in Philly? Am I making that up? He's an Eagle, right? Yeah, he's an Eagle.
Speaking of John
Tanner
Gruden,
McKee was playing a lot.
Tanner McKee.
Yeah.
Where did Tanner McKee go to school, AR? Tanner McKee.
Not only did I talk about him, I can't remember. And I did look it up.
Why?
Out west,
I don't
right?
even know why I care about where he went to school, but Tanner McKee.
I want to say it's out west somewhere.
I don't think I've ever heard a university attached to his name. I don't think I know where Tanner McKee went to school.
No.
He went to Stanford.
Okay. The Fighting Andrew Lux. Andrew Lux out
Couldn't
there.
have pulled the name out. Geographically.
It's a good call there.
Well, I talked about him. You would think I would remember. All right, go ahead.
So, speaking of John Gruden with that clip, there's reports circling around that he wants to get back into coaching, same with Jimbo Fisher wanting to get back into coaching. So, who are we going to see first on the sidelines? John Gruden or Jimbo Fisher?
Jimbo?
Boy, it feels like Jimbo.
He's a little cleaner on his side of things.
I mean,
coming back to the college circuit.
So proven in college to a fairly decent degree, right?
Yeah, the A&M experience wasn't great for him. But prior to that, down there in Florida State land, they got to the top of the mountain. I'll go Jimbo as well.
Yeah, and the Gruden thing, I know he's going to win this lawsuit, or he has against the NFL and leaking the emails, but trusting to roll him out there again as a head coach in the NFL is not saying it wouldn't happen. Everyone's looking to kind of resurface and find the winning formula again. But I'm going to guess Jimbo would be before Gruden.
Before we go. Yes, go ahead. Sorry. My bad. I'm stepping on your toes.
I just wanted to get
Drugs.
Just wanted to get Cole in there since we were talking a lot about him.
Before we go, if you miss anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up. Wherever you get your podcast, all you got to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3, we'll be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the pod as well. Common Man and Timmy coming up next. Don't move.
All right. Thanks for listening. Have an awesome afternoon. Keep it locked here. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
All the Ohio State conversation you can handle. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Your Ohio State flagship station. The Fan.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
The trash talk, the bad trade requests, the horrible reaches on draft picks. It's fantasy football time, and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is giving you a chance to hold your fantasy draft in a fantasy location. On August 24th, host your fantasy draft party at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook, which will include a $100 dining credit, draft board, and swag. Visit 971thefan.com and sign up for your fantasy draft party package. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for help.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and it's the Toyota National Sales Event all month long at Toyota West. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of no payments for 90 days, and every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road, or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. No payments for 90 days, deferred payment, interest accrued at time of inception with approved credit, expires 8/31.
You know, it's not the shoes. It's what you can put in them that makes all the difference. Hey, it's Anthony. I've been a customer at the Good Feet store for a while now, and I'm all about my personally fit arch supports. They support my feet better than all the insoles I've jammed into my shoes over the years. And my Good Feet arch supports help me in a ton of ways, from overall support and balance to stabilizing my heels, and the fact they distribute my body weight, especially when I'm golfing. I literally have spring in my step now. Check them out for yourself. The free fitting is designed to help them understand you, your pain, and your discomfort. It's simple. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City. You don't need an appointment, but you can certainly schedule one very easily online. Get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. For more than 30 years, they've taken great pleasure in helping thousands discover the comfort they've been dreaming of, just like me. Get professionally fitted at goodfeet.com.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
When was the last time you hopped out of bed without that knee or back screaming at you? Or walked down a flight of stairs without having to take your time? You thought to yourself, I'll just tough it out. But nothing changes. Hi, it's Tyvis Powell. It's time to call and schedule that free consultation with Dr. Walkoff and his team at QC Kinetics here in Columbus. I'm glad I did. Myself and others have turned around their lives with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Natural cellular therapies. No scalpels, no pills, just long-term relief with no dreaded recovery. Check it out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. Bring your x-rays and MRIs to QC Kinetics for a free, no-pressure chat and thorough evaluation to see if you're a good candidate. Find out if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Don't sweat it. Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your air conditioner fast. 1-800-COOLING.
Hey friends, it's Austin Ward, and I'm coming up on 2 full years since starting Awaken 180. Dropped 50 pounds, and I still check the scale like it owes me money. Guess what? Hasn't budged. Still under 200 pounds, still feeling great. Keeping weight off this long isn't luck or magic, it's just having the right playbook. Awaken 180 taught me exactly what works, what doesn't, and how to stay lean without the struggle. Want real, lasting results? Don't just drop the weight, retire it for good. Trust me, Awaken 180 is your winning game plan. Awaken180weightloss.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know